Welcome to a special episode of TKMR Hatena episode. Today we'll cover the adventures of Oroboras and Firren in their 2012 autumn trip to Japan, where they met with a lot of their favorite idols, and we're here to go over all the adventures they've went through during that time. So let's go over the cast of this show today. Of course, since the show is about Firren and Ouroboros, we have the two of them on the show. Say hi, you guys.
Hi, you guys.
Hi. Yes, and we have
Expected answer.
yes, we have two special commentator, Bex,
Yo.
and special guest Dran.
Yay! It's me. I'm back.
Yeah, Dran
Check
from
the show yet again.
from the other show.
The rival group.
Yes, the rival show. Let's get this show started. So, when did you guys go to Japan last year?
We arrived there on the 16th of November, stayed for 6 weeks.
6 weeks. So basically, all you did there were idol events.
Not only, but mainly, yes.
Mostly,
Mainly.
yeah. There was about
Did you guys-
6 days where we had nothing to do.
Yeah.
But that wasn't your fault.
No.
No, of course not.
No. Okay,
Did you
so
guys meet up
yeah.
out there, or like on the way out, or what?
On the way out, we met up at Heathrow Airport.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
had to sit by him on the way there. Luckily, I could sleep.
Yeah.
So you guys flew over together.
Yeah, hand in hand. No.
How romantic.
No,
Such
the
big
handover
buddy.
came later.
All right, so you got off the plane first. What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
First, we
imagine
waited
it's
for
for
baggage.
security.
Yeah, we waited for our baggage and then picked up some stuff,
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah, the first
Wi-Fi.
important things. The first important things we did
essentials.
was drop everything off and then go over to Garakado and have a look what was on sale there.
So there wasn't any
Oh.
actual event on the first day or anything.
We had to meet up
No.
actually with Alita from out there because she had our tickets for the morning Musume and Up Up Girls from the
Yeah.
next day. So first thing we did was go over to Shibuya.
First day we were very tired. We
Mhm.
basically bought stuff in preparations for the weekend's concerts and went to bed quite early. And slept for quite long,
All right.
13 hours or so.
So okay, so first day, basically just setting up, nothing real.
Yeah,
Nothing
Yeah.
real big.
Well, yeah, because our first concert was the day after we arrived. Well, we had 4 concerts within 2 days of getting.
yeah, it
Alright.
was a rough start.
Okay, so what was the first concert you guys headed to?
It was a morning Musume concert in Nakano Sun Plaza. Two
Oh,
of
just
them.
before we continue here, to all the listeners, viewers on YouTube, we have the list of all the events these two gentlemen says. Yes, or you guys want me to call you guys, has attended on their trip in Japan. So if you want to follow along, just look at the list on the screen. Okay, so the first event you guys went to was the morning Musume concert, you said?
Yeah,
And where was this at? In Tokyo, was
Nakano
it?
Sun Plaza.
That's in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's insane that you don't know. I don't think anybody listening to this does not know where Nakano Sun Plaza
Well,
is.
I hope everybody knows. That's like
I thought it
the...
was in China.
Well,
Oh, well.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, for Firren,
Mecca.
this was the, was this were your first Hello Project Idol event?
Yeah,
Of all time?
first.
Was
Idol
there
event ever.
any kind of expectations you had going in?
Uh, that much really. We had 8th row, was it, for the first concert?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have good tickets to begin with.
So you're saying that since you've followed the idols for quite a period of time, you've seen them on DVDs, so you basically know what to expect going in.
Well, yeah, I also know you guys who have been there several times. So, I've heard from you about how it is to attend, so
So there was no real surprises, or it was what you were expecting.
we had surprisingly good seats for the first concert, actually.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, of course,
yeah.
I mean, wasn't my first event, but it was my first Morning Musume event where I've been near the front, and proper one in Japan where I've been near the front. The last time I saw Morning Musume, I was on second floor.
Oh, right, right.
It was a bit ouch, and that was all the way down in Fukuoka, so it was out in the countryside. But it was a lot louder than it normally is.
I guess it was a bit confusing at first, with all the dances and waving around and calls and stuff, since I don't really practice this at home, so...
Did you try to follow along?
A lot yeah, I tried. Took a while until I succeeded, but I tried.
So you like it? You like getting into it?
Yeah.
You did alright for a noob.
After a few concerts, it was all fun.
Okay, so on the first day, you guys attended both the night and the day and the night concert for Morning Musume on that day.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you mentioned that on that weekend you also had other concerts you went to, and what were those?
For the Sunday, we went to an Up Girls concert. It might have been a questionable choice, seeing as that was during the time that the Reina graduation got announced.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
We missed that one particular concert and went to the remaining 3 Morning Musume concerts that weekend.
So, yeah, that's just
fine.
very bad timing.
Skip the big thing and go to a tiny little underground venue, and it was underground as well. It was 2 floors below ground.
Oh, wow.
In Shibuya.
Yeah.
But it was still amazing, though.
Hell yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Still worth it.
For both of us,
In my
it was
opinion,
our
Up
first...
Girls was the most fun group to attend on concerts.
And it was both our first Up Girls events. I mean, last year when Turbos and me were in Tokyo, he was off to Up Girls events all the times, and I had something else going on every day, so I never got to see any of them.
Well, now you know. Yeah, now you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself so much.
It's never too late.
No. But I mean, I missed them doing anything which wasn't their own stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Because last year they did a lot of covers of C-ute and Morning Musume and Berryz Kobo. This time it was all their own music, because they got 7 singles now. So there's enough for a full concert there. You got 14 songs.
Right, and they got other songs they haven't released.
Yeah. Well, 1 at least.
Yeah.
So that was also a concert, right, with Up Girls?
Yeah, it
you
was
guys
a
attended.
live house concert, a bit underground, very small space, but
It's much
very
smaller
fun.
than the major ones. How did you guys find that one instead? In comparison to maybe like the major groups.
Well, you get a lot closer to the girls on stage.
Is it because of the venue is smaller, or you're closer because there's less people there attending?
It's because of the venue, I guess. But
Well, I'd say both.
case. Also, there aren't seats on those kinds of concerts. You actually just get a number and then squeeze in.
Okay, so it's like a rock concert.
And yeah,
It's all standing.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Except, of course, with a rock concert in Britain, it's her first person to get there is first in the queue, and whereas Of course, at live houses you get a dedicated number on your ticket,
Yeah,
and you
and
line up in that number. You get called in.
staff calls out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty good organization.
Yeah. And of course, I mean,
those-
we had pretty poor numbers for that one, but we were still only about.
We
eighth
had
row.
good numbers for that
Oh,
one.
we
We were
just-
late.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, but
I
we're
think
about
we were in
eighth
the
row.
90s for that one.
Yeah, eighth row is still quite close, especially when
Yeah,
everyone's
it's
standing
still
up.
good.
We were
I
near
mean,
the
people
back.
there are really nice. When we did show up and show them our somewhat low numbers, I mean, they was one guy who actually followed us through the crowd and showed us the way in. So
Mm.
This was one of the other fans who were there attending.
yeah, just a random Japanese fan who happened to be there when we showed up.
Oh, he went out of his way to help you guys get inside the show.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, basically, they were calling numbers out, and we're standing there with our tickets, and he just sort of looks over and he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Oh, you know, come, come with me." And so yeah, he took us to the front and
One
sent us
of
in.
many nice fans we met. Even though you can't talk to most of them, they're still really nice.
Really nice people. Once you meet them, as just the Westerners' misconception that all the Japanese fans are weird and not friendly. So I guess you have to meet them to actually know what kind of people they are.
Exactly.
I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive though.
No.
I'm sure they can be weird and friendly.
Weird. I guess it depends on what you define as weird. It's like 40-year-old grown men's liking 12-year-old little girls, and if that's
So
what
so
weird means
basically
for
all
you.
of us.
Yeah, so
I
I guess we're weird as well.
Don't really remember any particular details about this guy except that he was shorter than me. So
which isn't difficult. He was probably tall. He was probably taller than me.
Yeah. You guys actually manage to get make any friends this way, or get any contact
yeah.
info? Yeah.
A few,
Yes, we did
yes.
actually. Yeah, I'm in contact now on Twitter with a guy who's a Mority fan.
Oh wow.
Who's mainly, I don't know whether it's mainly because of that, but his surname is Mori. It's like, oh, she's family. He's like,
yeah, it was a really
Yeah,
nice
it-
guy. We met him at one of the release events for Shopper, I think.
I think
Gave
first
us
of all met him at
pictures.
a Smileage event. First of all, I think it was.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, met him at the one of the events we'll come to later on.
Yeah.
Odaiba.
More details on this Up Up Girls concert, though, I guess, to get back on track.
Yeah.
We did happen to be attending the one of 3 shows that day that got recorded.
Oh.
So we ended up in the Shopper video. So good luck finding us.
And that is on YouTube.
Yep, on the
official
official
channel.
Up Up Girls channel.
So look for two white guys
And-
in a
and
crowd of
if you hang-
Japanese guys.
Yeah, and if you're hanging around outside Tower Records in Shibuya, it seems to be streamed on the huge set of video screens they've got outside quite frequently, several times a day.
Also, we ended up getting handshakes on this concert. So, yeah, my first
We weren't
handshakes
expecting
ever. Yeah, it was kind of unexpected. And I was very unprepared. Which
Is
I,
that like a
of
normal thing?
course-
Do they normally do that for smaller groups? You get handshakes at the concerts.
Yeah, it's buy merch. Spend money on merchandise, get handshake tickets.
It was
Oh, okay.
very easy to get handshakes with Up Up Girls compared to the other groups we went to. I mean,
Yeah.
all I did was buy a shirt and a towel, and I got 3 handshake tickets.
Well, oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and I bought a towel and a t-shirt. Except my towel wasn't the spinny towel. Mine was a nice microfiber towel for my wall.
Didn't you only buy the microfiber towel on that concert? You bought the shirt
I bought the.
store. Hello Pro Store.
Oh, I did, didn't I? That's right. Yes, I did on the day before, on the first day we got there.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. You're right. I just bought the towel, and that was enough to get me 2 handshake tickets.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, bought some photos. I spent 4,000 yen. and got so it's 2,000 yen per handshake ticket. But I gave
Anyway,
one
we didn't
to
spend that much, but got 5 tickets in total anyway to
Okay.
shake hands with the entire group.
Okay, just to explain it to the listeners out there. So with Up Girls, well, same as all the other Hello Project events, there are goods tables outside of the concert venue where you can purchase goods of the girls. But for Up Girls, with how much purchase you make, you get a for up to a certain amount, say is it 1,000 or 2,000 yen, you get a ticket to handshake with them after the show.
Yeah, I think they have 1 ticket for each single actually, and then another thing for the other goods, because they had different tables.
Okay, so I guess depending on what they're selling at the time.
Yeah.
And then so depending on the promotion they're doing, you can get handshakes on with regard to how much you buy. But this is different than to the major Hello Project groups where handshakes events are usually reserved for fan club events or photo book events. So concerts you can't really get it. Yeah, there's just too many fans at concerts to go through for a handshake.
Yeah, and you know, with looping and stuff, it would be a never-ending handshake
nightmare,
line
right?
big concerts.
Right, you can't keep the girls there forever.
Yeah.
So it was the first handshake for you, Firren?
Yeah.
And how'd you find it?
Well, seeing them that close in person, they were shorter and prettier than
shorter.
Who was the first one you ever shook hands with then?
Arai Manami.
Oh wow.
Mana was the first one in line.
Were they standing in age order or some kind of order in particular?
It was nothing in particular, I think.
She just happened to be the first one.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure it was random.
I'm not sure who was the last one. It was Sengoku Minami was the last one, wasn't she? In that, which means it could be the youngest to the oldest.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure Seki was later than second.
Was.
But yeah, I can't really remember.
No.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
just
also pretty sure Akarin was later than third. I think she
Okay.
was actually third from the other direction.
Oh, okay. So maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
Oh
random.
yeah,
or-
I remember also Konatsu was second. So yeah,
Oh, okay.
random order.
Random. Sure. So
Whoever
how
came
do
to
you?
first.
Well, I guess yeah. Okay. Well, how do you find it then? Shaking hands with the girls, other than how their physical appearance differ from what you imagined them to be.
Well, they are. Most handshakes are really fast. I mean, sometimes you don't even have time to stop. These weren't that fast, but I mean, I was totally unprepared. I didn't have anything to say, and I don't speak Japanese at all.
Right.
Might be a good thing to note.
Okay. So did you manage to say anything to them?
Other than thanks and hi and stuff, not really. I mean, some guy in front of me did end up stalling a bit on one of the handshakes.
Was that Oroboras or no?
No, it was during the second handshake, I think, which was when he went to buy goods.
Oh, all
And
right.
received his tickets.
Ah.
I bought my goods before the concert and got 3 tickets, and then I gave one to him. After that handshake, he went
a nice
and
guy.
found that
Yeah.
Morisaki towels and
Yeah,
just got him
bought them.
2 more tickets, so he gave one back.
Because I'm also a nice guy, you wouldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
I guess so.
Yeah, one guy in front of me was stalling, so I ended up on Mana without anything to say, but then she actually asked me in English where I'm from.
Oh wow.
Quite good
Oh.
English even.
Someone's doing good at school.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
it was my first Up Girls handshakes as well.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, I'd never seen them before live.
Oh right. Yeah.
Even I was amazed how small they are compared to me. Apart
They
from
look
Morrissey.
so tall on stage.
Yeah.
When they come down from it, they're super short. Even Morisaki and Akarin, who are the two tallest girls, are still very short in person.
Short as are you comparing their heights to other idols or what you expect them
Well,
to be?
I didn't really have any other idols to compare them to, so
Or how about just
I was just
regular
expecting
people
them
in
to be
Japan?
taller.
Japanese people in general.
Yeah, Japanese people in general, right?
But you know, I'm Swedish, so I mean, I'm not really used to people that short. And this was only the third day in Japan, so
Okay, all
their
right.
height did still surprised me a bit.
I get what you're saying. So they're just
So-
short.
Yeah,
You
they're
were kind of
short.
like Gandalf in the Shire.
Banging your head on the.
comparison.
Throwing
was
some
fair.
Hobbits references out there.
Nice. We actually saw that while we were there as well.
Yeah,
You guys watched that
Was it
movie in
subtitled
Japan?
or-
yeah, we did in Odaiba.
You went to the movie theater to watch it?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Oh wow.
It
No,
was
we pirated.
While
it.
waiting
Right.
for some to start.
Oh, we would never support pirating on this show. No.
No, we went to see it in Odaiba,
We don't do
waiting
stuff like that.
No, we
Yeah.
don't do stuff like that.
in between other events.
Okay.
Well, yeah, then
Yeah.
we went back off to Nakano
was-
again for the evening.
All right.
Later event in Odaiba, we went there to buy tickets for it, and then while waiting for the event to start, we went to see The Hobbit.
Oh, okay. It's good.
Okay.
Good time killer. Speaking of Odaiba, you guys went to Odaiba on the 21st of November, right?
Yeah, different venue, but we did for a Berikyu event.
Yeah, diversity.
So
Just
this
round the
was
back of where the Gundam is.
was this an FC event?
No,
So
it was
this
just some kind of anniversary thing, I guess.
Oh yeah, because it's
Yeah.
the 8th anniversary, is it? 9?
They did several where they mixed and matched members of Berryz Kobo and C-ute.
Yeah, did not mention which members were there on the event list, but maybe we can remember.
okay.
Well, I can remember because I bought the
Of
tickets.
course.
Chisa was there, and some others.
Some others.
Yeah, it was Shisa, Airi, and Maimi from C-ute, I
Mhm.
think.
And
then-
Yurina and Risako.
No,
No,
it was.
I guess we
don't
know
think
who's
so.
not a Berryz fan here.
Yurina, Mia, and Maasa from.
okay, there you go. I was focusing on Chisa. Sorry. It's like that with most of the cute things. It's like who was there? Well, Chisa was.
Yeah, it was
Apparently-
a bit
apparently the others-
disappointing for me because I actually didn't know it was just part of the groups.
Oh, you were expecting the entire Berryz and C-ute to be there?
Yeah, so yeah, none of my two favorites were there, so it was a bit of a disappointment.
Okay.
Still bought the Momo shirt though.
Even though she wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yes, but he didn't wear it. You see,
no,
this
of
is
course,
Okay.
Yeah, this is-
not for that
It-
day. I did
this
wear
is
it
where
later.
knowing what to do and what not to do. I mean,
That was
you
also
don't
the
wear
day
your
I
t-shirt. Somebody wasn't
got
there.
my cold, I think. So
You just didn't wear any merch at all.
All right.
oh yeah, I wore that. What's it called? The carbine.
Oh, the carabiner thing. Yeah, the keyring thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well,
had
okay,
that.
that's not. It's not quite the same as wearing like a t-shirt
no.
or a towel as a.
Yeah, my member wasn't there. People would think I was a Airi fan if I were wearing pink.
Oh yeah, true. Okay. So it was a very cute event without all the members there. What did they do?
Well, we got some special versions of some songs. I can't really remember all of them,
Mhm.
of course. And they showed some VTRs, old ones, with history of the groups.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, they did the videos from when they were really young. You know, the introductory
the
videos
auditions?
that they did. Yeah,
Oh yeah, from the audition.
Oh wow.
which
Well,
was really cute to see.
It's not the same clips they showed on YouTube, right? It's not. Is that the ones where they did the interviews after the video interview after they went to see Sukun and all that?
Yeah, them ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same ones.
Yeah, and the ones where they got their quotes from, which they put on their t-shirts.
Oh.
I believe
Last year.
it's originally in a Hello Morning episode,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But then they
268
talked
or
about
something.
yeah, and then they talked about how
Wow.
they changed, I think, as well, and since then. But of course, every time one member comes on, all the rest of the girls were saying about cute they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're so
It's nice
cute.
it's nice to watch as a fan.
With them.
Nice, yeah, to watch how the other girls react to, to the younger version of one girl and how she reacts to the other members reacting to her, and it's kind of nice to be like involved rather than just watching it on a video.
Yeah, it is very different attending live.
All
Very,
right.
very different.
So overall, this event was pretty good. You say?
Yeah. Oh, and I that was where I got my signed Chisa poster, I think.
And how'd you
Yes,
manage
it
to get
was.
that?
They were
Because we had,
selling the new album, the
Yeah.
remakes, re-recordings of their old singles and stuff.
Mhm.
Don't remember
Yeah.
the name of it.
the second.
Yeah,
best
in
of
total we ended up with lots of copies.
Oh, the cute one, the cute
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay,
we
yeah.
had to in between the Up Girls on the 18th and that one on the 21st. We'd been to Shibuya to Tower Records to buy 2 copies of it to get a chance to go to the event there, which
Mhm.
was a postal event.
Right.
And so I bought 2 copies there. I didn't know they were going to be selling signed posters with a copy of the album at this event as well.
So,
there
oh,
were
so
3
you
copies
ended
of
up
it.
buying more.
Buying 3 copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only bought 1 because I already had 2 others, and I thought, well, I can probably trade it.
And you
And I
got the
got
my
my.
one.
And I thought, oh damn it! Out of all the people, I could have gone and traded. But then, just after I walked out the event, because I was still wearing my Chisa stuff, a guy comes up to me and pointed at the poster, and he asked, "Was it Chisa?" And I went, "No, it was my." And he went, "Oh, Chisa, trade?" It's like, damn right.
Lucky.
Snatched it out of his hands.
Another
and
one
ran
of those nice fans.
off. Before he notices that he'd been stiffed.
No
Lost-
trade backs.
no trade, no trade.
Well, no, yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, they will do that. If they see you're definitely a fan of a certain girl, and you've got like blinds in your hands, they will come over to you and see whether you want to trade for the ones they've got because they want to get their favorite.
Well, yeah, it's
And-
mutually beneficial.
Yeah,
There's
Good work.
lots of trading going on at all these events too. People don't know that. I mean, there are
It's like a common occurrence.
yeah, they usually like several tens of fans. Like
They
showing
gather
off their goods
around and
just
just trade, do trades.
Yeah.
small trade groups all over the place at concerts and events. So
Well,
even if you don't get the stuff you want in the blinds, it's usually very easy to trade for them.
Well,
it can
there
take,
you go.
take a long
Another,
time sometimes, but we managed every time eventually to get what we needed.
Yeah,
another benefit of going to the event.
yeah.
All right. Moving on now. Yeah. See, moving down the list, on the 25th, you attended another morning Musume concert. This time at Kobe, only for the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't the evening, it was the afternoon show, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Oh no, it
but
was the evening show, that's right.
I think it was the evening. I mean,
It
it
was
was.
the evening
That's on
show,
a
that's right.
Sunday, so the evening show was an hour
It
earlier.
was
Or something.
earlier, yeah, that's how we were able to watch it and then get the last Shinkansen
Yeah.
back to Tokyo.
Also, we went hunting for that temporary Hello Pro store that
Ah,
day.
Yeah.
to
right.
Get the handshake tickets for the day after,
Busy,
which
busy.
ended up being a bit of an adventure.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, to travel out by Shinkansen in the morning from Tokyo to
Yeah.
Kobe takes a while.
3.5 hours.
Oh, for
one way.
those who don't know, you guys stayed in Tokyo most of the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
So
We lived in Nippori, which is 12 minutes from Tokyo.
Okay, so say for this concert, you had to travel by train, or Shinkansen in this case,
Yeah,
to
Shinkansen
Kobe.
was 3.5 hours, and then a few more minutes to get from there to the hall. So it was a long trip.
Kobe is a smaller, much smaller city compared to Tokyo, which is one of the major city in Japan.
Yeah.
How do you guys find it different with the event there? With do you see it having a smaller crowd, or how the venue is it smaller?
The venue is smaller. We was at like 15th row, I think, and we still ended up being almost closer than 8th row at Nakano, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. Are the seats smaller? That you can even though you're further back, it felt like you were closer to the stage.
I think the seats were possibly slightly closer together.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But the thing was that the front row was a lot closer to the stage. So of course in
okay.
Nakano you've got
They got this
4 rows of row 0.
of this buffer zone.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was just the stage, the whole venue itself was smaller but taller. It was 4 floors high at Kobe, as opposed to Nakano is 2 floors.
You were on the first floor?
No, we were on the ground floor. Yeah.
Okay.
Ground floor, 15th
But there
row,
was
I think.
3 tiers of balconies, but they were only about 4 rows deep, each one.
That's a pretty odd looking venue.
Yeah, it was. But also the merch table had 2 or was it 3 people serving the customers for their goods. That was all. I mean, in Nakano there was a goods
Like
table with about
5, 6 or something.
about 6, yeah, and then you've got the merch, and that was outside the venue, outside the actual main venue. And then there was another table with about 5 staff members serving it for people who had got tickets and gone through the entrance.
Okay.
So you got 2 goods tables at the event. But in
Basically,
Kobe there was only 1.
Basically, you're saying that everything is downsized.
Very much so.
Okay. How about the
the event itself isn't.
Okay. Let's go into that. How about the experience then? Is the show any different than say when you watched it in Tokyo?
No,
Well, by this time I was a bit more warmed up, so yeah.
So you knew how it was gonna go, how the rundown was for the set list.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were
Setlist
getting it
is
down.
basically the same. There's like 2-3 songs that vary usually, I think.
Did
And we were learning the moves to the song.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Did the experience differ between the major city shows and the smaller venue?
Not really the concert itself, but you know, the goods tables and everything outside. Just
And then-
smaller, but the
Yeah,
concert
anything
in
like that.
itself is basically the same.
If anything, you get stared at more. when
Yeah,
you're out
they're
at the
not
stage.
as used to foreigners there.
Tokyo was like, more guys are turning up, but over in Kobe, it's like, what the hell are these?
Do those people try to talk to you?
We did well. I got one guy. I just bought my blinds, and I was looking through them, sorting out what I had, and I just pulled one out, and it was Marchan, and it's like, oh, it's quite nice. I'll keep that one. It wasn't who I was looking for, but it's like, I'll keep that one.
Okay.
And then because this guy spotted I had a Marchan blind in my hand, he came over and gave me a Marchan hell-size photo and walked off.
Did he say anything? He just gave it to you.
He just gave it to me and walked off again. I don't think he'd said anything, did he, at that point?
No, this has happened
Did
more
you say
times.
anything to him, or was it like
Oh,
shove it in your
alright,
hand
well,
and
yeah.
walk off straight away?
Thank you. Yeah, he just walked away. I didn't thank him in English. I actually said arigato. I wasn't going to go, well, thanks.
Were you startled when somebody just walked up to you and then handed you some merchandise?
Yeah, a little. I mean, I wasn't expecting a picture, especially of somebody who I wasn't really following at the time. I was looking for Aeropon stuff.
Ah.
So, I'm not complaining. I've still got my Machan picture and I'm not getting rid of it.
It's the luck of being a foreigner, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you
I
think
think
you
it
get
is.
that kind of treatment if you are Japanese or if you look Japanese?
No, I don't think if I was Asian looking, I wouldn't have been. They
No,
would have
you
thought it was
wouldn't.
just another fan who I
Maybe
didn't know.
Turbos can
Yeah.
answer
I'm saying
that.
this with by experience. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was
Turbos
that
is not
bit of
white.
experience? Did you say?
No, nope. All right. So in Kobe, you guys did other stuff.
Yeah, did you get to see the city or stuff like that?
Well, we got to see a shopping precinct as we were trying to look for the temporary shop that they had up for the Handshake event. Well,
Yeah.
for the 15th anniversary.
Yeah.
We found it in the end, just as we were running
Yeah.
out of time.
You found a shop.
And then took a cab to the venue.
Yeah.
Our only cab ride during the trip.
It's always fun to get in a Japanese cab. The doors open themselves for you.
It's always an experience. Yeah.
Magic. Yeah, we did
Would it-
try that too.
But then we had enough time to actually, after the event, to walk back to the station to Shinko.
Yeah, we
basically.
don't think we were in a rush back after that.
Or to go back home for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because we travelled back home to Tokyo, 3.5 hours on the train,
Mhm.
had food, went to bed, got up at about. Oh no, got up at a normal time, didn't we? Because the handshake
Yeah,
was in
we
the
didn't leave very early for
No.
that one.
But then we went back to Kobe the next day on the Shinkansen.
For one handshake with 4 members. 7 hours on the train for one 4-member handshake.
Was it worth it?
Yes, very much.
Okay, so going down our list here, it was on the 26th that you went back to Kobe, and
Yeah,
it was handshake with Reina, Haruna, Mizuki, and Ayumi from Morning Musume. This was for the Alo 6, the photo book.
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Was. So yeah,
I
we
forgot.
bought the ticket for that the day before. You pay the price of the photo book and then come back to the event, hand in the ticket, you get the photo book and a handshake.
So you guys, you both bought one photo book each
That day.
Yeah,
that day, yeah.
that day.
Well, the thing was that we realised that we wouldn't have had much time between the last
Yeah,
train.
it was much closer, the train home,
Yeah.
time-wise.
Oh, all right. So
We knew we
okay.
could walk it back because we'd timed
Okay.
it the
Right.
day before.
Right.
And we'd actually looked on the map, and this place was actually pretty close to the station if we walked it. We didn't need the taxi even for the event.
Oh,
For the
okay.
concert the day before, we could have walked it. But, so we only went round once,
Yeah,
as it were.
All right.
Possibly had time to do it more than once.
So why did you guys have to go all the way here? Was there anything significant with this handshake that you wanted to attend?
yeah. Ayumi is my favorite member in Morning Musume, and this was the only available handshake with her during the trip that we knew of, at least. So, yeah, I really wanted to attend that one.
And for me, I'm a sucker for helping people out.
Well,
And it
you
was
think
very-
it was worth it too.
It's handshake and it's free. I mean, the train doesn't cost anything for us because we had the rail passes.
I mean,
How much do
it
those
was
cost?
also-
What, the rail pass?
Yeah,
um,
like is getting back around by train or like going to different cities every day. Is that expensive?
if you've got the rail pass, no. You
Right.
buy the
Shinkansen
tickets.
is very expensive. So, if you take as many Shinkansen trips as we did, you do save money by having one of these rail passes. If you're only traveling around in Tokyo, you would not want
No,
one of these rail
Okay.
passes.
You would spend ridiculously large amounts of money on a rail pass for no reason. I'm just trying to have a look how much the rail pass was. I think it was about
58,000.
58,000 yen, yeah.
Week one.
Right. Okay.
So that's about 600 American dollars.
something like that.
All right. And just to give the listeners a perspective on this, Shinkansen ride from Tokyo to around Kobe Nagoya area would be about $120 US. So if
Yeah.
you take more than 4 or 5 trips on the Shinkansen, the
Are those
Rail
round
pa-
trips though, or just one way?
one way.
One way.
So yeah, so the rail pass would pay itself off after 4 or 5 trips on the train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Kobe twice, back and forth, and Nagoya once,
Mhm.
plus all the trains inside Tokyo. So yeah, we spent way more than.
You pretty much had it paid off itself just for all the times you went to Kobe,
Yes.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I mean, and the way I worked it out was if we were going to Osaka twice, it's worth within 3 weeks. It's worth buying the 3-week one, because then it would cost about $30 more for the rail pass, but you can use it on the trains for the 3 weeks. So $30 would go quite quickly on the trains around Tokyo. Within about 4 or 5 days, you'd probably spend all of that.
You
So
do
you make
travel
up-
a lot by train,
Wow.
Yes.
attending all these events.
Japan, where the train rules on the transportation system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much car traffic there. Surprisingly little for such a big city.
Hmm.
But I mean, the trains are packed. Pretty
They certainly
much
can
all
be.
trains all the time.
All right. Let's not get too sidetracked with trains. We're here to talk about idols, not
Yeah.
trains.
Now, before we
Yes,
move on, there is something about trains and Kobe which is kind of important.
Yeah,
And this
well,
was,
we
um,
could also mention that this handshake
yeah.
was quite different from the other ones. Being in Kobe, it was only like 50 people attending, and they did give us a bit more time with the girls
Mm.
than compared to the
50
Tokyo
people.
handshakes.
That some a good amount of them went around more than once.
So
Yeah,
you say
there was quite. Go on.
you say Ayumi is your favorite member, Firren. Did you actually get a chance to say anything to her during this event?
During this
When you're
event,
handshaking?
yes, we did get quite a long handshake this time. So I did manage to tell her that she is my favorite and that I think she's very pretty and some other stuff. I think.
Well, that's more than one sentence. Wow.
Yeah, I think I got 3 things out, which is, well, basically 3 things more than most other handshakes.
I guess you got lucky. This was in Kobe and not in Tokyo, where
Yeah.
the pace would
Yeah.
probably be
So,
a lot faster.
yeah. It may
I'd
have
say
been
we
the
had-
only handshake I got with her, but it was a good one, so I'm quite satisfied.
We had about, I'd say about 7 or 8 seconds per member.
Oh
Which
wow.
is-
And what's the usual in Tokyo?
About 3.
Okay.
Barely even that.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, for the release events, as I mentioned before, sometimes you don't even have time to stop by the girls. You're basically moving through the line the whole time.
Right.
Yeah, you can say arigato and that's it. Whatever.
Yeah, they gave us a lot of time at this handshake with all of them, and of course I stayed a bit extra on Ayumi.
Well, the thing
Expected,
is,
yeah.
he's quite a big fella. It's quite difficult to move him on if he doesn't
Yeah.
want to go.
One staff member's pushing is usually not enough.
I'm not trying to say that if you get to a handshake event, though, you should use your weight as an advantage. But
Well, I
Then
mean, the
again, they
funny
do.
thing did happen at a later handshake, but I guess we can take that then.
yeah, that-
So you mentioned you were gonna mention that something happened because of is train related here.
yeah.
Yeah, I can take that.
Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. We walked back to the station, and we're sitting down. The train's got about 15 minutes till it's due to turn up. We're sitting down just in the entrance of the station, and looking at phones. And I just glance over towards the entrance, and then go to Firren. I think we should go through the gate now. And it's like, okay, he ambles through the gate. He didn't know that I'd spotted, or what I thought was one of the members of Morning Musume going through the
Oh, you
gates to the
did see them
Shinkansen.
before we moved there.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't going to tell you that. And, so I got us through the gates and onto the escalator, and that's when I recognised that it definitely was. It was Haruna
Yeah,
at the back.
You did mention it to me when we went through the security or whatever, that you thought you saw Mizuki
Yeah.
up there, and I looked over and I thought I saw someone that looked a bit like Haruna.
And we got the escalator, and yes, it's them in front of us. There was about
Yeah.
2 people behind them, and they, as they were going up the escalator, they looked back. Or when they got to the
Yeah.
top, they looked down and they saw Firren.
They turned around because their car was in the other direction.
Yeah, and waved at us, and it was pretty cool to see. I mean, we didn't wave first; they waved at us first. They obviously recognised us
Yeah.
from the handshake.
Yeah.
Apparently they all waved to us, but yeah, I was only looking at Ayumi. She looked at me and started waving, so I waved back. I don't really know what's happened to the other 3, but
Yeah. Oh, and I gave them all a quick wave, and gave them a salute and a smile as I walked off. And we walked off in the opposite direction. We weren't going to hound them like you'd expect
Yeah.
people, fans might.
we acted like gentlemen and left them alone.
Yeah. Yeah, which I think's the right way to do it. You don't want to go stalking idols.
Then we were bouncing like schoolgirls. From Pro Kenshuusei.
Yeah.
So the
imagine
fact
it
that
at the same time.
the fact that they waved to you first, does that mean they remember you from the handshake earlier in the day?
They
Probably.
must have done.
Handshake wasn't even, well, probably an hour before or something.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
we
it's
we were the only foreigners there.
okay,
And
so
we
it's,
were near the
yeah.
front as well. so
Okay,
it was
fresh in their
first-
mind. you
Yeah.
were. Okay. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
I
was
say,
I guess
very
it-
nice.
that's
Big
that's
guy.
that's very rare
Easy.
opportunity. You can't even pay with money to get something like this.
Yeah. So,
and
yeah,
ironically, as Dran knows, it's the second time that we've accidentally bumped into Morning Musume
Yeah.
whilst out and about. Because me and Dran and some others accidentally bumped into them in Paris.
Oh
Although
wow!
it
Yeah.
wasn't any of those members apart from Reina.
It was yeah, quite a while ago, wasn't it?
It was before 9th and 10th Jan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way,
I
that
think it was just before I could graduate, wasn't it? No, after. Before. I'm getting my tenses confused here.
No, Ika graduated a
I
year
think it was
ago.
like half a year after that.
No,
I don't
Ika was still in the group. It was
Yeah.
2010,
10.
2009, 2010. It was for the 10th album.
Oh okay. Yeah, probably 2010.
I mean, Airi was in the group still.
Oh wow.
And John.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was
that
thinking.
Aiko was there too.
Yeah. I know that because Ika was the one I was shouting for.
Yes.
And Gaki was
Okay.
pointing and laughing at my Kaori t-shirt. Because she just left.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that happening made the whole trip worth it.
Oh, of you guys going to Kobe all the way for them.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was worth a 7-hour train ride. 7-hour total train ride.
Yeah,
For
I can
that
relate to that.
wave.
Just personal time with Morning Musume. And it was personal time. They weren't waving at anything else, just us.
All right. Right. That's wow. That's really once in a lifetime opportunity. So
Thanks.
all right. Let's move on to the next topic. Oh, you guys were busy. Just 2 days after this, you attended another concert, and this was not just a regular Hello Project concert. It was this was organized by Tower Records, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Liveful Shibuya DD concert. DD, let's explain it to our listeners. DD means Daredemo Daisuki, which means you like everybody. So for in the title of this concert, it means that basically summing up how it's a concert for a lot of idol groups, for where the fans are interested in more than one group, so they can see all their favorite groups at the same time.
Yeah, I think
And,
there was 6 different groups there.
So you guys, so you two had one focus going into this concert, and that was Smileage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we bought the tickets initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, in between
Sad
then
that we
I've
had
seen another
nothing
group
else
which we
to do
haven't
that
listed
day.
here. But they weren't HP, so we're skipping by them for now.
So yeah, we're not refocusing on the other groups.
Did notice Smileage had the most fans at that event, though.
This was
Well,
based
yeah,
on your
yeah.
observation.
Yeah, you can kind of tell, by all the Smileage shirts and calls and stuff.
I guess that's a good thing to hear. That Smileage at least doing better than other groups out there.
Yeah, of course, it was the group we were there for, so, hearing that other people also were there for them, it's a good thing to hear.
Does Smileage know how popular they are? Does Sanrio know how popular they are?
Wait,
Who know?
does who know? Sorry.
Does Sanrio know? Because he's a big Smileage hater.
Oh, he is.
He is?
He is.
Well, he
I don't
wasn't
know when
there.
you.
And then he
Yeah, I know.
lives in Japan and he wasn't there, so he must be.
Please
Fact,
send
he
your
was-
hate mail to sanrio@takamayo.com.
Yeah, in fact, out of all these events we went to,
Yes.
Sanrio went to exactly none of them. So
Yep. And he lives there. What does that say? But
Well,
yeah,
well, I guess
before
this
this
yeah.
event began, we went shopping outside because there was an opportunity to buy Sanwine and get a random member signed poster with
yeah,
each copy.
random.
Right.
Yeah, it's random. So I bought 5.
And I
And-
bought 3.
You bought 3, so we've got 8 copies. We've got a good chance of getting everybody.
Oh wait, I bought only 2.
Oh, okay, 7. That's still better than. There's only 6 members of the group, so you got a good chance of getting
This
every.
day.
Yeah, we may as well have only just bought 2 really, because we only got 2 members.
Yeah,
got
we
nothing.
ended up with 4 Kanyon, was it? And 3 Take-chan.
Yeah, 4 Canyon 3 Take-chan signed posters. Somebody didn't do a very good job mixing them in the box. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
Especially
funny
since I
enough,
wanted a
those
Meimi.
2 were the 2 girls I wanted posters of when buying those 2 singles, so yeah. did
So
end
you
up
got
well.
what you
Fine for
wanted.
you.
Yeah.
Fine for you, but I wanted the other one. I wanted Meimi, and I would have taken.
Why would you want Meimi?
Because he's
Just-
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
And I wouldn't have minded Dower as well.
I guess
Yeah.
it's well, yeah. I guess it's pretty hard to lose with Smileage, with the member distribution now.
Yeah, actually, wouldn't mind Rina Poo either. Then again, we should look on the bright side. We didn't get any Kanon posters.
By the way, where in the concert were they? Like, which position?
Last.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you
they were
needed...
The
headlines.
main act, so to say.
Right. So you had to stay the whole concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the concert
everything.
ended up being up like 1.5 longer than expected, which leads us to the next event at
Yes.
the same day.
It kind of clashed.
Kind of, yes.
The
There
next
was-
event being the Maimi photo book handshake event.
Yeah, which was also
Yeah.
in Shibuya.
I think that one was scheduled at 7, and this concert started at 5. So yeah, we thought we would have like 30 minutes between, but no.
But no, the Liveful Shibuya concert was about 3 hours long,
Oh
which
boy.
was ridiculous. But we did what any real DD would do at a concert full of DDs. And that's go back to the entrance and ask if we can go out and see another idol for a little while and then come back. And they let us.
Which is the
Eventually.
surprising part. I
It
don't.
was
I wouldn't
surprising,
imagine
yeah.
they would do that.
And so
I don't
we-
think you would be able to do that at a regular Hello Project concert. Even if
No.
with your ticket in hand, they wouldn't let you go out and come back in.
I think one of the advantages of doing it at there, which was at Shibuya Axe, was the lockers are outside. So there was people coming in and out, going to their lockers.
Ah, okay.
But we kind of explained to them that we needed to just nip off into Shibuya to a handshake event, which won't be long. We've got quite numbers.
Yeah.
And eventually they kind of let us do it. Again, I think being Caucasian helped because they could recognise us when we come back quite easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
The real question here is, did you guys actually made it?
Yeah.
We did.
Well, I can't say just. We got down there. They called numbers up to the number before ours, and it stayed there for like 10 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah, 10, 15 minutes. They yelled the same number, which was just before the ones we had.
I'm pretty sure time did not stand still during that period. It was just you two being anxious to go back to see Smileage, and
It
was
was literally 15 minutes though. I mean, we left.
Yeah, I mean, we
Vanilla
had
Beans,
a watch.
Okay.
and they were the group. They were the group before Smileage. They were the last one left before Smileage. So we thought, well, we'll have enough time to get down there, get back, because there's about 10 minutes between groups where they do some talking.
About 45 minutes for each group or so.
Yeah, but by the time we got there, got to see Maimi, got the handshake, got broken fingers to prove it, because very strong handshake Maimi has, and got the awesome photo. And we got back, and Smileys were already on.
Oh.
We did miss a song or two, but
yeah, well, Smileage only did. Well, we saw 4 songs, I think, of Smileage before they went off.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sucky because we had to sit through Vanilla Beans standing around, not doing anything really.
Well, we got to see Baby Raids, which
that was fun.
liked.
Oh yeah, I was happy about that. But there was other groups I wasn't interested in, which Smileage could have come on first, and I would have been really happy.
But being the main feature, they had to be last.
Yeah. But we didn't know whether they were headlining or not. We didn't know who was headlining.
They didn't want to make it.
We didn't know it would drag out that long.
And they didn't come on in order of group on the ticket either.
Well, they also don't expect the audience to leave halfway and go to a handshake event.
Why not with
It's more like 2/3 of the way.
Yeah.
Yes, let's not get too technical here with the timing.
So, the big question is, even with all this trouble, was it worth it?
Yes, of course it was.
Yeah.
It's concert.
Even if they wouldn't have let us back
stuff.
in, I would have gone to the Maimi handshake, actually.
The most annoying thing, though, was the fact that I had to give up a really good spot. I was standing right behind the girls only area, so I could see.
When you came back after the Maimi handshake, you couldn't go back near the front.
I couldn't go back to there. There was people where I was standing.
So you had to. You were stuck in the back. Okay.
Oh, wasn't it in the back? We were halfway up.
Okay.
Yeah, we were still close. The entrance to the actual hall was actually quite close to the stage, just a bit further to the side.
We're just about 2 rows of people back, because again it was a live house with no seats.
Okay.
So we were just about 2 people further back. That was all.
Oh,
just ironically,
not too
fairly
bad.
tall people.
Oh.
Although it was ironic when I was standing behind the girls only section. I was standing there and all these girls were going in and they were all short, and then a girl came in who was about 5'10" and stood in front of me. Just like, oh man.
Well, I guess that's why people jump at concerts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she wandered a bit further up, so I could still see at that point. So I got to see the other groups all right.
Yeah, it was hectic, but
yeah, I wasn't too worried. We're seeing plenty of Smileage through the entire event, through the entire holiday.
Well, speaking of that, so the next couple of days after this concert, you guys basically all had all Smileage event for next 3-4 days.
Next 3 days.
6 release events in 3 days.
And these were all handshake events for their latest single, Samuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's release events for the single, which work the way that you buy a single, you get random number tickets, and they have like a small area in shopping malls and similar places.
Okay, so these were all mall events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the second one was a weird one.
You get both single event ticket and a handshake ticket for the price of a regular edition single, so it's well worth the money.
Exactly. Yeah, you buy a CD, you get free event and get to meet them. Doesn't cost you any more.
Okay.
But you can't buy on credit card.
Oh, it's cash only.
Cash only. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Japan's a nation that runs on mostly cash. They
yeah, I
don't. They don't
noticed that
believe.
there's
Hmm?
a lot of cash compared to home. I mean, I never have cash in my wallet at home normally, but
In Japan, it was
Over
all
there it
it's
was
all paper
cash.
money.
almost everywhere.
Okay.
Tower Records took cards, but that was about
And you
it.
took advantage of that.
Yes, I did.
Then again, so did I at
Several
Shosen Book
times.
Tower. When I spent £150 on photo books in one day.
Do you guys want to sum up these couple of Smileage mall events with us?
Yeah. Well, the first one was over in Hashimoto, which is on the way to Yokohama. There was 2 events within about 2 hours of each other. Small shopping mall, 2 floors there was for that one.
Mm-hmm.
The events were just typical. They did Samwine, the B-side for Samwine, and about 2 other songs. But they rotated the 2 other songs.
Yeah,
They didn't
they
play the same
always
2
did a short and full version of Samuine and the B-side, and then 2 songs that varied.
Yeah, 2 other singles.
Yeah.
From there.
To make sure that no 2 events are the same.
Yeah.
So all the events were like 4 songs for the mini live.
Yeah,
4.5.
4.5 for
4.5,
Smileage,
okay.
but yeah, based on other events we attended, 4 songs seemed to be the standard number for these release events, mini lives.
events. Okay.
Just to clarify, you mentioned that you had to buy a CD to get a ticket to attend these mini events for the lives. If you but it was held in malls. Does that mean that people without tickets they can stand further away and still watch the show
Yeah.
for free?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They can't, but they can't meet the members of the group.
they have a special area just in front of the stage for people with tickets. And people with tickets, of course, get the handshake too.
Right.
But anyone in the mall can watch the live.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
which is
pretty
it's
smart.
advertising.
That's pretty
basically,
smart
isn't
way
it?
to advertise where to get close to the shoppers and to advertise who they are and what they're trying to sell, I guess.
Yeah. The annoying thing was at the Hashimoto one, I I started doing Oshi jumping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, other people were as well, but
Mhm.
I mean, I was kind of near the back of the enclosed section.
The
jumping
paying ticket
Yeah,
people. Yeah.
and basically Meimi was talking, so I did some.
You
she
you
jumped
jumped
into-
when she talked.
Yeah, so she knows she's got a fan, basically.
Not during the songs. You jumped
Well, we
during
do
the
enjoy
talk.
songs as well. But
Okay.
When they stopped,
Basically, when she held her mic to her face, you jumped.
you started jumping, yeah.
Great.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
Okay, yeah, and then a staff member comes up to me and says, "No jumping." And from then on, at every event, they announced at the beginning that "No jumping, please. It's a shopping mall."
Yeah, they started getting signs for no jumping, and they even mentioned it on the Hello Project website on the news.
Do
when
you-
they announced the
do
events, they
you
had
take credit
special
for this?
Red text saying no jumping.
Are you taking credit for this?
Yeah, is that your fault, Rob?
Yeah.
I think it
Where-
might be my fault, actually.
Don't they always have that message? I think they always have that message in.
I think
on
they
the
might have
news.
gone a bit lapse on, a bit of it, let it lapse a bit until people started to be a bit too. I can't remember what the
Yeah.
word is now. Troublesome.
There were still people jumping occasionally at these events after this, but Orob was the only one who got told off for it.
I guess if you're not going too overboard, they wouldn't try to enforce it too much. But then, like you said,
Well, I wasn't going overboard.
Also started
whenever
adding
she
no
had
jumping instead.
her mic in her face, you jumped.
But I'm not very tall. I wasn't jumping that far. Actually, I was doing some pretty damn good jumping, actually.
From all the practice,
Yeah.
all the years before.
Yeah, I spent hours at night doing that every night. just jumping. But the second one, they didn't actually stop you. Did they stop us jumping at the one in Ikebukuro though, which was on the roof?
I think they mentioned it before the event, yes, but
Yeah.
that
But
was
nobody
about
seems
it.
to take any notice.
I guess if we're gonna mention one specific of these events, since they were all quite similar, I guess the second one was
Unique.
second
Absolutely.
day, yeah.
How did it differ from the other ones?
Well, it was on the roof of a building in
Outside.
winter, outside.
So this wasn't a shopping mall event?
It was a shopping mall. It was the roof of a shopping mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've got an outdoor,
They did have a cafe and stuff up there, I think.
yeah, which is great in the summer.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But this was in the middle of November.
This was not
Yeah.
summer, and it was
No.
late evening.
And
So
I
it was
mean,
cold and dark and windy.
yes, and it was Samui.
Yeah, it was
Perfect
fitting
song for it.
song.
Yes, it was cold.
Yeah.
Yes,
And they had power problems.
Probably why they chose it, to be honest.
just to let you guys experience what the
Yeah.
song means.
Yeah,
And yeah, they had power problems halfway through the last song when they were doing Samui Night at the very end.
near the end of the last song, they
Yeah.
lost all audio.
And
Completely,
that's what cold things do to electricity.
Yeah,
But the thing was, they then they tried to sing sort of a cappella with no music.
Oh,
no
really?
background. And didn't some of the fans start singing it as well?
yeah, I
And
think so.
And eventually they got the power back on, and we got the full song
Either
again.
way, yeah, the staff started working on the problem, and the girls actually stayed on stage to entertain us during that downtime. They had a screaming contest, among other things.
Nice.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So that's
Don't
okay.
remember if they actually decided a winner, but it was between Meimi and Taki-chan. No, none of the others could actually threaten them in screaming.
In volume,
Yeah, they were far superior.
no surprise there.
Yeah. And then when they got the power back on, we got to hear another full version of Samune, so
So you got
It's
free
just on.
free extended version of the event,
yeah.
even though it's it standing outside in the cold.
Yeah, but when they're singing, you don't notice so much. It's when you're hanging around waiting,
Or when you're leaving.
or when you're hanging around waiting for the handshake event.
Oh right, yeah.
And they come out in big duffel coats over their outfits.
Oh yeah,
And they
we
have a-
saw the rehearsal that day too.
Yeah. Well, we
they
saw
op-
the rehearsal on the day before as well.
I don't think so.
We did.
Sure.
We certainly did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
but
that's
that's
something
a-
to mention too.
If
that
you
they,
are going to a mall event, try and get there about an hour before the event, and you'll see them do their rehearsal.
before the first event, if there are
Yeah.
multiple.
Then you get an extra free event, basically.
Yeah.
It's usually, normally just like one song or shorter versions.
Just
of
just for
songs.
them to test out the mics and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't need a ticket or anything, and you get to just
Watch.
first one there.
Okay.
Squeeze in front, and you'll get a free performance up close.
Always good to be early.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, anything else you guys want to cover
Yeah.
for these Smileage and mall events?
Well, the handshake, that last one, on this other one on the roof of the building, was so cold. I mean, they had electric heaters out there for the girls.
Uh-huh.
The halogen heaters.
Yeah.
They put the coats on for the handshake too.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
which is
Coats.
understandable.
Yeah.
And again, I was a little bit weird on that one. Just
Mhm.
going up doing the handshakes, and I
Uh-huh.
got to Rina poo, and just her hands were ice. They were really, really. All the rest of the girls had amazingly warm hands,
Except her.
Yeah, and they were all cold. And I just immediately just rubbed their hands in instead of shaking. It was like, bloody hell, they're cold, and then just walked off. I'm surprised they let me back in the next day.
Please.
So
Guess
who
we
had
could
the
also-
best handshake?
Yeah.
That wasn't even a handshake then. You basically rubbed her hands, rubbed all over her hands.
Yeah,
A hand rub. That was a hand rub.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Could
Amazing.
mention that the day before we had our friend Mao attending too.
Hmm.
So he like introduced us to the girls on our first
So-
handshake round with Smileage, which made them try to speak English to us,
Oh wow.
which basically one of them succeeded in.
Who was that?
Kukuda Kanon.
Oh, expected. Yeah.
Yes.
Nyon.
and-
All of
She
them.
knows quite a few English phrases actually.
which doesn't know when to use them.
No, it ends up being very random, but I mean, she still knows them. I'm sure she knows what she's saying, but
Like saying
That's
good
a
morning
bit
to us
weird.
in the evening.
Oh really?
it's weird at the occasion. Yeah, Kana told me good morning at one of these events. Was at 4 p.m. I think.
Well, the fact that she tried.
Yeah. Well, the trouble with Nyon was though that she wouldn't let you speak. Well, she wouldn't let me
Yeah,
speak.
I
I'd
had
open
a
my mouth to
problem.
say something and she'd talk over me.
I did have a plan to, support her. I have a hard time choosing a favorite in Smileage, so, well, I eventually ended up going for Nyon, but when I tried to talk to her, she always talked over me with her random English sentences, so I had a bit of a problem the first few times.
Eventually, how'd you fix the problem with that?
Well, she actually did
Tell her
stop
to shut up.
talking after a while. I
She
guess
learned to
ran
stop.
out of
Oh, okay,
sentences.
yeah. So it wasn't really her not trying to talk over you. She just ran out of things to say.
Yeah, pretty much. Then third day,
Yeah.
Mega Web. Between the events, the girls actually walked past us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they herded us up into a small area, all the fans, and then when they walked away, they actually walked right by us.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time we were lucky to be at the side they walked, and we didn't know that was gonna happen. So, I mean,
The
they
second time
walked
it was
right
planned.
next to us. Yeah. Then we planned it after that.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
The second time they walked by us, Ayacho actually stopped, looked at me, and waved with both hands.
Hey,
Another
it's the
one
big
of
guy.
those moments.
That's like a nightmare.
That was really nice, actually.
And of course
She's
they
a
were all,
weird girl, though.
yeah. And of course they were all plugging this car that they had for sale.
Yeah,
I think that's part of the deal at MegaWeb. They have to
yeah, it's a
do
Toyota
a
place.
spiel for a car. Yeah. Which we'll get back to with Up Up Girls in a while. 'Cause it's more
Yeah, we-
entertaining.
Yeah,
So
they
did you
were.
buy the car?
I
No,
kind of feel like
200
taking driver's seat after the Up Up Girls event.
Was it was 230,000 yen, I think. So, didn't have it on me.
No. All right. So before we move on, anything else about Smileage?
Not really.
No?
Not for me
I
anyway.
think so, unless any one of you have any questions about them, since this was our last Smileage event for the trip.
So no, yeah.
No, I
Take that as a no.
So, yeah, I guess that's a lot of Smileage
Let's move
for one trip.
Yeah.
Okay. So after this you went back to see Morning Musume concert again,
The next day.
right? The next day, and this
Yeah.
was in Nagoya.
Yeah, I just did
Uh,
one.
Yeah, just
Just
just one show.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything in particular for that show? Or
Uh,
no?
It was very windy.
The
Yeah,
city,
it's
the
very
city of
windy.
Nagoya. Okay.
Yeah, very windy.
Every time we go to Nagoya. Actually, was it that day it was windy, or was it the cute one that was really windy?
I think
It might be both.
cute one was worse actually first. Yeah, when we walked to the hall.
Yeah, different venues for the two concerts.
So, but nothing that stood out for this concert than the other Morning Musume concert you went to.
Not that I can
no, not
remember.
really. It was our last one though, so we got some pretty good seats.
It
Yeah,
was
we were
your
quite
your
close, but we
your
were-
last Morning Musume concert
Yeah,
of this
Yeah.
trip. Oh, okay.
we were far on the edge though, and I guess this was a bit of a smaller venue because the big speakers were kinda in the way when you were out on the edge.
We were about 6th or 7th row, weren't we, for that one? Was it 8th or something? But it was pretty close to the stage.
It was close, but quite far to the right.
Yeah, which is kind of annoying because Aeropon's on the left a lot.
Also, the
So-
speakers ended up
Yeah.
blocking them when they were on the right side of the stage sometimes,
Yeah.
which was no fun, but overall it was still good.
Can't lose with Morning Musume, I guess.
No, they
No.
are good live. Also, one thing about those concerts, seeing them in person,
Mm-hmm.
you actually get to choose who to look at and when. It's not like you have the editors and cameramen ruining it for you on the DVDs.
Well, they have that problem covered. You can
they
buy
don't.
the solo
solo
angles.
No, they
Yeah.
don't. Solo angles are no good because unless you want to watch their face all the time, they're dancing.
It's like
you want to
upper
watch their
body
body.
shots. They
Especially
suck.
with this new tour.
Yeah, but that's why everybody who is foreigner is DD.
Yeah.
It's not that
Yeah,
we want to.
they
It's
have
they.
to watch everyone.
Yeah.
We are made to
Yes,
DD.
exactly.
Well, it's
I
like
mean,
with me, I was watching Aeropon all the time, obviously.
Yeah,
And
so pretty much only Ayumi for 5 concerts. Morning
Yeah.
Musume. Very rare to actually get anyone else.
I mean, there's one song, I
Line of sight.
can't remember what it's called, but there's one song I kept going on about, bloody hell, you should really, you should watch Aeropon because when they do the bit of where they say the words Watashi sexy, they do this really, really sexy dance move to it.
Ah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, you've got to watch Aeropon. She's the sexiest thing on alive when she's doing that. And at the same time, Firren's like, you've got to watch Ayumi when she's doing that. She's sexy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'd like to, but I'm too busy watching Aeropon. Sorry.
Well, I guess we'll just have to take each other's word for it.
Yeah. And when it comes to the DVD, when the DVD comes out, I bet it'll show Reina or Kudu or something.
Leo, most likely.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Except Aeropon's outfit, basically, her shorts look like what it like frilly knickers, which is pretty cool. Everybody else is wearing shorts type things.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is why you've got to watch her because
Buy her solo angle DVD.
you won't see it from anywhere lower down than her neck.
Oh.
Will you?
Sometimes they zoom out.
Screen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
You
see.
need full body solo videos. That's what they should be. No, that's what it is because they're dances. They're dancers. You're supposed to watch them dancing.
True. Yeah, you can.
Well, the singers
yeah.
too. You're supposed to listen to them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can't you? You can cut the sound off because you're watching the body. Sorry, you can't hear and watch at the same time.
Ayumi doesn't
Maybe
really
you could
sing much
sleep.
anyway.
Ah, that's true.
Everybody definitely doesn't.
Sad but true.
Definitely.
He's a good dancer though.
Who? Elipon or?
Ayumi.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Aeropon. Aeropon's really become a very good dancer, especially when she's doing. Because they did. I don't remember what he sung now. One of the older songs.
Yeah.
Oh, one of them.
yeah.
Those,
So
I
few
remember
old
those.
songs.
Yeah, I know
Resonant-
which one. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Resonant Blue.
Okay. All right.
And she's doing Gaki's spot, obviously.
All right.
And she does it really well. She's really putting herself into it.
not as good as
Pro-
Gaki. Though.
Well, I don't know. I'm not really got any interest in Gaki.
I
But
guess I'll
she's
see
really
if you know.
dances very hard and she does some really good high kicks all the time. She's very good at kicking high.
You
Anyway,
heard
that's
it
not
here
talking
first.
about the concert. That's talking about the
So yeah, that
About
was the
Alpha.
concert we didn't have anything to say about. So
yeah.
let's move on.
All right. And well, although that was the last Morning Musume concert, it wasn't the last Morning Musume event. The
No, we
next
did
day
see
was
them
right.
more times.
The next day was right.
Hmm.
Or the day after that.
Yeah.
Which was Hello Hello 6 photo book handshake. This
Yeah,
was
the
back.
second one.
This was back in Tokyo in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
And as always, it wasn't the whole full group. This was only with Sayumi, Eripon,
Yay.
Mizuki, Mata and Kudu.
Yep.
Yeah, so Mizuki showed up again.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
which is quite good. I mean,
Review.
the only ones we were missing out of the full group were Zuki.
Oh right, okay. Since you went to the one in Kobe, you mean?
Yeah. I think Zuki was the only one we didn't handshake, wasn't she?
Sakura Oda was the only
Oh,
one with handshake.
well.
We had Tsuki at the 9th gen event later on.
Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah, of course she is not finished.
Sucks to be you.
No Sakura for you. Alright, so this handshake was in Tokyo. It was different from the one in Kobe.
Yeah, much faster, much more people.
Lots
And
of
in
more people
Tokyo.
attending.
Yeah,
So
It was in
yeah,
the Books Fukuya in Shinjuku, which is where most of the Hello Project handshakes are held.
for photo books.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
photo. Yeah.
How'd you guys find this one compared to the one in Kobe?
yeah, it
Faster.
was more crowded and much faster.
So was it less enjoyable?
Oh, not for me,
No, why not?
because everyone was there.
Okay.
Yeah, he had
And
Eribon and
Marchan.
So
But
yeah,
Marchan was
okay.
as much fun as I'd hoped.
yeah, Machan is for me was probably the worst handshake, but it was so bad that it was actually funny.
That's pretty unexpected. For people who sees her on TV and on DVDs, how hyper she can get.
Mm.
How
Yeah.
come? How come you say that she wasn't what you expected?
Well, I guess she was scared of me being
Yeah,
3 times her size. and taller.
and the
Yeah.
wrong colour.
It's gumball.
When I came up to her, she basically just looked away. She didn't even try to smile. She
Oh
barely
really?
touched
Wow.
me and then just whispered arigato. So
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty sad, actually.
She didn't even
Yeah.
look at me either. I think she was freaked out by the foreigners turning up.
I mean, it was a very unique compared to all the other idols I met. But
Her reactions, you mean?
yeah, I did not experience that from anyone else.
Okay.
Only her.
In a good way or a bad way?
Well, I mean, it was it was a bad handshake, but it was so bad that it got kind of interesting anyway. I felt a bit sorry for her, actually. I mean, I didn't intend to scare her.
Was it because that you and Oroboras are foreigners that you think that you got this kind of treatment? Did you notice how she treated the other Japanese fans?
Well, I mean, she was smiling at the person in front of me. I'm not sure she did to everyone else.
The guy in front of you, was he Japanese?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Oroboras was behind me for this one.
And
so
you both got the same treatment.
Yeah, I think she was just surprised to see us.
She really did look scared.
Oh my god! 2 white guys! Ah!
Well,
Scared
exactly.
like
It's
a
kind of
rabbit
like
caught in
what do we
headlights.
say? Yeah,
Wow.
kind of. Except the kind of more the kind of if I look somewhere else they'll go away kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, there are other girls who have bad handshakes, but I mean, Machan didn't even look at me, so
No.
it was really sad.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully next year should be more professional.
Yeah,
I mean, and I mean that I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just mean that as in she'll get more interaction with foreigners to a point where she'll be more, sort of. She'll understand that all she needs to do is just smile and nod. She doesn't even have to say anything, or just say it in Japanese. The foreigner isn't going to be offended or shocked if they don't understand what she's saying.
Do you think this is because of her young age or her inexperience, say, compared to Kudu, who was also there at the same event? How did Kudu reacted to you two?
I
She
think it's
was-
because she's.
What? Go ahead.
yeah.
I think she's.
To me,
it's because she's from
Kudu
Hokkaido.
was pretty much the opposite of Machan. To
Yeah.
me, she was very energetic and waving, sort of saying bye bye when I moved on, and yeah.
Mhm.
all
So-
around very happy and energetic.
So
Isn't Machan
yeah.
also from Hokkaido?
Hokkaido.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
why I think it is, because
So you probably don't get many foreigners up there.
precisely.
No, don't think so.
No, I doubt it.
Not many people go up to Hokkaido.
Well, I know people go there for snowboarding and all the winter sports. There
Yeah,
has to
but
be.
I mean, do
yeah.
they go there and interact with 12-year-old girls?
Hopefully
Well,
No.
if they're 12 themselves, maybe.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. What I mean is because Hokkaido's a more rural area
Yeah.
on the whole than Tokyo is, and Japan as a whole has a very, very small percentage of foreigners there compared to locals.
Yeah.
It is going to be a big culture shock for her to try and interact with these people.
Well, if anything, she's very honest.
I think she is anyway. She's a great person. I mean, it wouldn't stop me supporting her. I'd just try and get her to react better next time. That's all.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
just try
don't
and change
think any
myself.
less of her now
Her
than
more
I did
comfortable.
before, but
Oh, you'll be okay. You have your Ayumi.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't care about her before it either, so
No harm then.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, this handshake was my first time meeting Erapon properly as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you find it?
Really cool. She was. I mean, I didn't go because it was a mall event. I didn't go all dressed up in Ota gear. I was wearing a T-shirt from a rock band from the West, and my jacket. But I did have a wristband on. An Erapon wristband on.
Okay.
And basically, when I went to handshake, she chatted at me, and I said to her that you're my number one in Money Musume, and she went, "Oh, thank you," and in Japanese, not in English, and she actually looked down and she saw my wristband and she went, "Oh," and she pointed at it, and she was like, "Yay!" So she was really hyper. And the funny thing is, next time I met her, the first thing she did was look down at my wrist and see if I was wearing the wristband.
Oh really? Wow, she remembered.
So she remembered, yeah. So.
But you
Well, I
weren't
wasn't
wearing
a
it that
wristband
time.
then, so I was disappointed.
You disappointed her.
Everyone
Fail.
is very loud at handshakes. Could be a fun thing to mention
She
too.
is. Oh yeah, you could hear.
You can
her
hear her
sometimes.
miles away.
Is that a good thing or no?
Yeah.
It's fun. I would say it's a good thing.
Well, I guess it shows that she cares, or she's
do
trying to
like that.
interact with you.
Empty.
It sets her apart from the other members, since you can
it
hear
kinda-
all her answers way before you come up to her.
Yeah. So,
But
you
does
can
it also
tell
mean
she's
that you can't hear what the person in front of you is actually saying?
No, I
Like
couldn't hear what they
you're-
were saying,
Right.
but I could
You
hear
always
her responses.
You focus on the idol you're touching at the moment, usually. And I mean, just for this particular event, I couldn't hear much, and even though I was focusing on her, but I mean, normally
Right.
you only hear the person you're in front of, but Eripon you can hear
Yeah.
long before you get close to the girls.
Wow, she's that loud.
Yeah,
Fair. I mean, you could hear her from. We were in the queue.
You could hear her.
and they're
Yeah,
in like
oh,
a
you-
cubicle, so there are walls around them, although thin
Yeah.
walls, but
I mean,
you could
Turbos,
still clearly hear her.
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
been to that
Been to that
venue
place.
yourself,
Yes.
so you know how they queue you up in two sections.
Yeah. And
Leave the aisle,
there's
so
quite a
you're at the
distance
back of the other
between the girls and the lineup.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
for you two to hear her outside of the line, that's that's pretty quite something.
Yeah, she's awesome.
All right. So anything else to add for this morning Musume handshake before we move on?
No, well, normally we would have hung around to wave them off, but we'd had quite a busy time up to then, so we were trying to rest
Yeah,
a bit.
even more busy time after that, as you can see at the
Yeah.
event list.
So
Stuff
okay,
every
we're
day.
on the going back on the list. We are up to December the 5th. So
We could
see,
probably group these three
Yeah.
into one, really.
Yeah.
these are Up Girls mini live and handshake. So these are also more events similar to the ones with Smileage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but different group, and also don't rehearse for these things, it seems. They only came out to check their positions on stage one time, but they didn't do any actual song rehearsal.
And that was it. Sunshine City, where they came out.
So
So,
yes,
yeah.
different groups has different practice.
I just think they're just more professional.
Who's
Yeah,
more?
they know what
Who's
to do
more?
already.
Who's more
Girls are more
professional?
professional than Smileage.
Oh, you heard it
They
here.
know what they're doing.
So what I'd like to know is it the same amount of songs than Smileage Mini Life?
Half a song less.
Yeah, they do 4 songs, not the short version of the single that Smileage did. But yeah, they did the Shopper Shopper and the B-side, and then 2 songs that changed
Survival
between the
Girl.
events.
Such a brilliant song, the B-side to Chopper Chopper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Possibly one of my favourite songs by by Up Up Girls now. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were a very similar kind of thing. But when they did the one at Odaiba in Megaweb, advertising the car, they just walked off stage and got in it. And
Yeah, with Smileage, it was just the whole group was on stage with Neon reading off a paper sheet.
They pointed at the car and that was it. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
car was just right next to the stage.
Okay.
And with Up Up Girls, when they were promoting this car, they had Ianon reading
Mhm.
from this sheet about facts and stuff on the car, and Morisaki and Seki stayed up on stage while the other 4 actually climbed off and went into the car.
Yeah.
With Akarin at the driver's seat and Nana passenger seat, and then Miko and Konatsu in the back seat.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, we're
You'd be amazed
playing
how many Otis got in
racing
the car
car
afterwards.
crash.
There's kind of like a queue for people to get in the car afterwards.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, that car was just on the floor. Anybody could go in.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
But it was one they were obviously doing a special one because it was the same one that Smileage were advertising.
They did actually comment a bit on the interior too, not just playing around, but yeah, mostly they were pretending to drive and stuff. It was
Oh wow.
much more fun to watch than the Smileage one.
Did you two try to get in the car afterwards as well?
I had to pull Firren back. He was going to go and smell the seat. I'm sure.
Yeah. I was thinking of buying just the driver's seat and taking it home. Wouldn't fit in my luggage.
I thought we ripped it out and run off with it, actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like Akarin for people who don't know.
Yeah, from Up Up Girls. Yeah. See. So, anything different from since the venues for Smileage and Up Girls were basically around the same places.
Yeah, the first one was at Shibuya Tower Records in a special livehouse studio underground.
Right.
In the basement.
Right.
So yeah, that was a bit special. It was
that was
actually
different, yeah.
just a, like the first time we saw them, like a small live house.
Okay.
It was
Yeah,
dark and no random people walking around. It was just people with tickets.
So that one wasn't at a mall.
No.
No,
No. Okay. But the other ones were.
Yeah, the next two, the next one, the one Ikebukuro was at Sunshine City, where we saw Berryz later on.
Okay.
So that was our first introduction to that place.
Okay.
yeah,
Because that's quite
and,
well known in idol circles as a place for idols to do shows at.
Right.
third one was Mega Web, where we have
The car.
3 Smileage. Yeah, the car one had 3 Smileage events there earlier. Also, another fun fact about nice fans: the Shibuya one, after the live, when it was time for the handshake, there was actually a Japanese fan who just poked me on my shoulder. I turned around and he held out his handshake ticket, said, "Take this," and I took it, said thanks, and he walked away. So
he left.
free handshake ticket.
He actually left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
just said, "Here, take this," and then waved and walked away. I
Weird.
said thanks to him while he was still moving away, but
Wow. I guess
Yeah,
maybe he had
makes
to.
sense.
He really had to leave and didn't want the ticket to go to waste.
Yeah, probably. And he's so a foreigner, so why not?
That's
Foreigner
really
who was
really nice.
obviously interested in the group as well, so it's
Yeah,
Wow,
stuff like this happened
that's
several
really nice. Oh,
I'm trying to
well
remember
done, yeah.
whether it was one of the shows beforehand or whether one of the shows we'd not got to yet, where somebody gave me something because his wife wouldn't want him to. wouldn't-
It was around at this time, because it was when we bought the posters for this single, which was released on one of these days.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah, so we bought for the solo posters. And
yeah. He gave us a poster because his wife doesn't want him to have merchandise.
Okay, so moving on then.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess you guys were done with all the Morning Musume and most of the mall events for a while. You went back to Nagoya for a Q concert.
Yeah, our first cute concert, is it? Two first.
It was, yeah.
The first Q
It
concert
was-
of your trip.
First cute concert, and even in my third trip, my first ever completely cute concert.
Mm.
Yeah, I missed every other cute tour,
Yeah,
but they were brilliant. Very
Yeah.
windy Nagoya was.
yeah, very windy.
Really nice venue though. Yeah,
Yeah, we
we
ended
were
up-
meant to have gone to see Cute at
At an earlier date.
at
Yeah,
CC Lemon Hall
yeah.
or whatever it's called nowadays.
Yeah.
But because there was only one day in Tokyo, the tickets sold out very quickly, and were only available for a stupidly large amount of money,
Yeah.
even more than I was prepared to pay. I wasn't prepared to pay. Was it 16,000 for second floor?
20,000 for
20. That's right, 20 something thousand. Yeah, for
17th row, second floor, I think.
yeah.
Wow.
It was ridiculous.
Well, Q's getting pretty popular now, I guess.
Well,
For-
they've got a second date now.
They got a second date for this tour, which they extended this 2012 concert all the way into 2013, where
And it's
they
sold out again.
it's sold out. It's another venue in Tokyo, and it's all sold out already. So I guess their popularity is soaring up there now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty good. So
It is.
they deserve to be popular because they are really good.
Yeah. I
Very,
mean,
very good.
as Firren will back me up on this, the atmosphere at Cute concerts is more lively than at Morning Musume concerts.
Yeah, it's
The fans
Much.
interact a lot more.
it's louder, more energy, everything,
shouts.
both on and off stage.
are you
Yeah,
guys
the-
saying this because you prefer Cute though over Morning Musume, or is this unbiased?
No, it is unbiased for me. I mean, Morning Musume they're really good live, and the fans they get into it. But the Cute fans, and in fact, to be honest, I went to the Berryz tour in my first holiday there 2 years ago, and the Berryz fans again, the whole HP Kids fans are a lot more energized. It's noisier, as in
Okay.
a lot more chants and shouts for the girls than there is in Morning Musume. I don't know why.
So you had more fun at this concert than say at the other Morning Musume concert you had attended
Yeah.
Yeah.
earlier.
I would
But-
say so.
But it's not saying it's not in a bad way. I mean, had tons of fun at Morning Musume tour.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I
Morning
had-
Musume are still very, very awesome.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
mean, I was surprised that Cute
It
was
could get better.
this good.
Was there any anything in particular that made this Kyoto concert better than the other ones, or better than the Morning Musume ones, or say anything they did in particular that they did the girls in Morning Musume didn't do in their concert?
Well, yeah. They for the encore.
Yeah.
They started. There was a long gap between them going off stage and the encore.
Yeah.
And when they came on, there was one member on stage, 2 eggs on stage, and 2 other members on the wings of the stage, which all the venues they went to had small wings of the stage. And the 2 other members were on the balcony. So they've obviously ushered the members of the groups.
Balcony as
the
in
members
in the audience?
in the audience, yeah.
Oh wow.
And they did the first song, walking through the audience.
Yeah, jump.
Yeah, jump it is, yeah.
So yeah, it was very, very lively. I mean, girls were walking around among the crowd and everyone was jumping, waving in every direction like crazy.
And they changed positions at different events as well. So it was never the same.
Different girls at every position for every concert.
So in theory, you could get lucky, and your favorite member could just be dancing right in front of you. She walks by. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, they did at various points. Because ironically, Chisa was nearly always either on the wing or up on the balcony. But one time, she was about 3 or 4 people away from me. And she waved and winked at me. Which is really cool.
Right.
That's what you like to think, obviously.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I'm there, I'm wearing my Chisa Happy and my Chisa t-shirt, 2 Chisa wristbands, 2 Stonking Great glow sticks. I'm the only white man in the audience in all this Chisa outfit. I'm the only person in a Chisa Happy in the entire event. I stand out like a sore thumb. And
Well,
she
we'll
was
take-
looking directly at me.
We'll take your word for it.
Good. Good.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You saw this concert was streamed.
This
live.
was the particular one that was on YouTube.
It wasn't this one though, but the tour was streamed.
Oh right.
The one that it was the one we didn't go to. One just after we'd come back.
Oh, all right.
But
Yeah,
they
the
didn't.
2012-2013 concert is this, right?
Yeah. But they didn't have the screens for that event that they had for the events we were at. They had 2 video screens at the sides of the concert hall, which they used for various different things. And when Kanashiki Heaven was on, they had Airi's face on one and Chisa's face on the other,
Wow.
singing towards each other. Now you don't see that on the live stream because they didn't have the screens. And Chisa comes out from behind one and Airi comes out from behind the other one when they're doing their song. And that was just really awesome. The way they did it.
Oh, that sounds really good. From the way
So
you
you'll see that
describe
on the
it.
DVD when it comes out.
More
The
than
other
reason to
3
buy it.
were, of course, dancing in front, but I'm sure Orob didn't notice.
The other 3,
I
yeah.
was too busy freaking out to that. And I'm sure you'll agree, Firren, that I really was freaking out to that song.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
such a
because
good
the song is so freaking amazing.
It is, and live
It is.
even
Yeah.
So.
couldn't stop.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm out of words from what you're telling me.
Yeah, I guess we can move on.
Anything else you guys want to mention for the Q concert before we move on?
Want to go back?
Not for yeah, not for these particular concerts. We'll get to the other ones later.
Okay. And so, do you want to mention your other Q concert now, or we'll get to that?
I guess we can group them together since they were pretty much the same
The
thing.
same,
but
right?
In
Yeah.
Osaka, and we had really good seats. 6th row, I think.
We just went for one day for Osaka. We missed out one of the days because we were at Roppongi, which we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, we were 6th row for both the afternoon and the evening shows for those because they were our last events.
For
Paid a lot of money for those tickets.
Yeah, 50,000 each, I think.
Yeah.
Wow.
For 2 tickets.
Ouch. Was it worth it though?
Hell
Yes, it was.
6th row at NHK Hall in Osaka is very close to the stage.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, you could get lucky and have one of the girls end up close to you in the audience during jump.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, at the first concert we were aisle seats, one row away from the aisle crossing between the sections, and during jump, Naki ended up standing there, dancing for probably half a minute or so, and she's my favorite member of that group. So yeah, she was like 2 meters away from me, dancing.
Nice.
Seductively. Well, I don't know the dancing and jump is seductive, to be honest.
Yeah, it was really nice, and I'm quite sure she was looking at me at least once.
Well, I'm sure you were blocking her view for quite a large
Yeah,
area.
I
of
was probably
arena.
blocking the entire stage for her.
But you were also surrounded by loads of Naki fans as well.
Yeah, but I was bigger than them.
That helped.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was really nice, and we also had Maimi, Airi, and Maimi walking by really close to us during the second.
I'm surprised you noticed.
Concerts. Yeah, that was during the second concert. So yeah.
And of course we had brilliant eggs. Well, we had at least one brilliant egg because we had Sayumi at the cute concert.
And the other one was.
No idea.
Somebody else.
Yes.
All right.
Important.
We'll just leave it at that.
It's the same way that when we went to the Mano one, we had the Mano Christmas event later on. We had Karen and some others.
And some others.
It was a cute one, actually.
Yeah, in fact, apparently Mano was there for some of it.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. So okay, that's it for the cute events, the cute concerts you guys attended.
Yeah.
And in between these two concerts, you had a couple of other handshakes and other events you went to.
Yeah, our first time seeing Berryz for the trip.
Yep, at a temporary store again. They've been doing that a lot.
Tachikawa.
Yeah, which is along the line further up from Nakano, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was somewhere in Tokyo area.
In a
outskirts.
Okay, all right.
It was a bit of a special event. They were basically just promoting some new goods, some blinds and stuff.
So this wasn't for anything in particular. It wasn't for a single or anything.
No, it was just for the 15th anniversary.
Oh, okay. So just for celebration.
It wasn't really even a performance. They just were there talking, promoting the goods. But yeah, one thing we did.
Did they do anything
Yeah,
else? Like sing?
Janken with fans.
Oh, okay.
I did clear 3 rounds, I think, with Risa, one of them.
But she still beat you at the end.
Yeah, among many others. So.
Did one of you manage to win at least?
No.
No.
Although I did win one of the little mini game type. Well, one of the pull a stick out of a box, and if you've got a colour on it, what I won was the goods I bought got handed to me instead of by the staff member. They took them away, and at the end of the event, Captain called out my name, and Risako handed me my bag with my goods in it, and thanked me for buying them.
Wow. I guess that's a winner then.
Yeah, there was about 50 of us who won. But that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it was pretty cool, but it also made us late for the next event.
Yeah.
Oh, and what was that?
One thing to note about that event is it was basically 95% Shinami and Momo running the show. So.
Oh, Shinami and Momo running the Berry show? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and everybody else just standing around staring and doing not much.
Yeah, a bit sad for people who don't like any of those two, but I happen to be a Momo fan, so I liked it.
So you were late for the next event. What was that?
That was back in Shibuya.
We weren't really late, but once again we had good numbered tickets, which
fantastic numbered tickets.
Yeah.
Well below 100. It was at Shibuya O East, in Shibuya, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was for the Kenshuusei concert, the egg concert, which I'd been looking forward to.
The eggs.
Yeah. Damn
I
right.
smell
Kaori
waste
sang.
of money.
It was
What?
cheap.
I guess
It's
we
not a
have
waste
some...
of money at all. It's a brilliant show. And MC Makoto was MCing it.
Yeah, we got to see Makoto
Okay, then
live.
it's worth it.
That
It's worth it just for MC Makoto.
Spanky
He's
silver
about the
suit.
same height as all those 10, 12-year-old girls.
oh man.
Kind of fun.
But yeah, we had like tickets 96 or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And we got to the back of the of the venue.
Oh. Well, how was the show though?
This show was fantastic.
The,
Annoyingly,
yeah.
Karen was on the wrong side of the stage for me, and I spent most of the entire concert almost getting my eyes poked out by the Ota in front of me, wearing
How
wearing
did you
pointy
like that?
Christmas hat on his head, a conical Christmas hat, which kept slipping down, so it was pointing directly at my eye level, and he kept jumping up and down and leaning his head backwards and forwards, and I was like, oh, almost lost an eye again.
Oh wow.
So many people wearing Christmas hats that day.
Did you like tell him off, or did you do the British thing and just bear with it?
I did the British thing and ignored him. And grumbled about it.
Oh.
So,
Grumble
Listen.
and write an angry letter later.
yeah, exactly. But it was really good. The eggs really can sing and dance as well as the rest of the groups.
Yeah, some of them are really high level.
I mean, they did the new song, the new egg random group song.
Oh,
Really, really.
the Kanojo ni Naritai song.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's awesome live.
And the rest of the concert, they sang cover songs of the other Hello Project groups, right?
Yeah,
They
and
did, yeah.
had some quiz game that we didn't get at all,
Yeah.
surprisingly enough.
Quiz game
Even,
with the among the eggs, not with the audience. No.
no,
No,
amongst the
it's,
eggs.
Oh,
uh,
okay,
It's split
okay.
into two teams.
Makoto asking questions.
Also,
and
they play the
split.
game on stage.
On stage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, two teams started with a leader of each team at the front, and they had to answer a question, which was put to them by MC Makoto.
Yeah.
And if they got it right, they went to the back, and if they got it wrong, they stayed at the front and had to answer another question.
Ah, okay.
And basically, the first team for the leader to get to the front again wins.
Cool.
Pretty sure they've done it before for people who have seen some older egg concerts on
Yeah.
DVDs.
Yeah, they haven't released any of those back since.
Yeah, but I'm
No.
pretty sure they've been on the old ones. it's a
Yeah,
long
I'm pretty
time
sure
ago.
they have.
They also introduced the new eggs.
Oh, there are
Um,
new
it-
members.
Yeah, it's been shown on YouTube, I think, or was it on Girls News? It was.
Right.
So we got to see them up, not up close, obviously, because we were at the back of the stage, the back of the hall. But we got to see them, and they did a dance. They didn't do any singing, but they did the dance to one of the Money Musume songs. And
Oh,
they did
okay.
pretty,
Okay.
they did a good show for their being brand
Don't
new.
remember what song, but
No, I
That's
can't remember.
okay. That's okay.
It's on Girls News.
It's okay. We'll never get to
YouTube
see it.
yeah.
Girls
No,
News,
it's-
maybe.
it was shown on Girls News.
Okay.
On YouTube. It is there somewhere.
Okay. All right. We'll refer to that later. So, after seeing the eggs, you finally round out your Hello Project Mobikimasu with going to some Mano events.
Yeah.
We did.
First time seeing Mano.
First time for me seeing Mano as
Oh,
well.
really?
Actually. Well, apart from meeting her at Handshakes, but the first event.
Seeing her actually do some singing, you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this was these were these like mall events, or what kind of events were these?
First one was at Shibuya Tower Records, like the Up Girls one we went to in the basement mini live house.
Okay.
So it was a small live and then a handshake on the way out. You were not allowed to loop here, which
No.
was a bit different. They
Yeah,
actually
was-
led you out.
They
and
make you leave.
you had a
Okay.
yeah, you had a handshake on the way out of the hall and then not allowed back in.
Or you can't keep her there forever. She has to go home.
No.
Was
I
long
screwed up my handshake terribly.
Long
How did you do that?
handshakes though.
Yeah, we did get a good long handshake. You got about 10 seconds each.
Oh,
It was
yeah?
a really good long.
It's long.
It was about okay. It was at least 7 or 8 seconds, but it seems like forever. It did for me anyway when I screwed it up. I had in my head what I was going to say, and I opened my mouth, and nothing. Just a squeak, I think it was. And her response.
Yeah.
She's very pretty.
Yeah,
So-
but that was the thing. She was wearing a beautiful dress, and she just looked stunning. And her response was, "Oh."
Her response?
She just went, "Oh."
That was her
Because I
response?
couldn't say anything. Yeah,
Oh.
that was her response.
Was it were you nervous because of how she looked, or
Just because she was so she
Yeah.
was just so stunning. And I noticed we had a long period of time to say things, which kind of made me think, oh, hang on, I'm gonna run out of things to say, and I did immediately.
Before you even
As soon as I
started.
opened my mouth.
basically you just stood there with her holding her hand?
Yeah,
That's
and
nice
her
too.
pitying me.
How about
Was it-
Firren?
Yeah, all 3 handshakes I had with Mano actually went smooth. I had things to say for all of them. I don't remember what now, but I'm not a huge Mano fan, but still nice to see her. And yeah, I did not have the same problems Orob had.
I mean, the thing is, I've met her before and I've never had a problem, but I think it was also because it was one of the last times I'd be seeing her, and I thought, like,
Well, she's not.
Too much guessing.
She's not really going away. She's just moving over to M line.
yeah, which for me is the same as going away. How many times have I met,
One of
what's
the,
her name? Ai-chan since? Although we did see Ai-chan, we've missed that out actually.
Yeah,
Oh.
I did forget that for some anti-bullying event we went to.
anti-bullying event.
Anti-bullying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
had
saw Ai-chan perform. She did.
Kaori, Gaki, Ai-chan. And
Ah,
Musume
okay. Yeah, this was
the
this,
morning
some of the
Musume.
right.
Smileage.
Right. This was on UStream
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
it
those
was.
of us who are not as fortunate to be in Japan. And do you guys get to see them perform or do anything?
For them, yes. Ai-chan sang a solo song.
Haruiteru.
Yeah, Aruita solo, yeah, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
was
didn't Ai-chan and Gaki do a song as well?
No.
No.
Riho sang the Peaberry song, so
That's right, yeah,
no.
she did.
And then Dekkai with Riho and the Smileys who were there, which was all of them but Ayacho and Taki-chan. It was
But
on
yeah.
Taki-chan's birthday, so yeah, I do know when it was.
Because we turned up a little bit late. Morning Musume were on the stage.
Oh.
We just walked up and stood right next to the stage.
Yeah.
And nobody stopped us. We just walked.
Wow.
You know, not like in everyone's field of view, but we were just standing there like admiring legs. Just to our right, because they were in the Wakateka outfits, I think.
No harm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they walked off, and then we just walked round and then stood at the front for when. Well, they didn't come back on again, did they? But we got to see
It
them.
was some talking and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw them more times.
But yeah, getting back to Mano.
Yeah.
The second event wasn't a live; it was just a handshake. That was also at Tower Records, but in Shinjuku instead.
She did nothing but a handshake.
Just a
It
handshake.
was
event.
Oh, okay.
just a handshake.
Oh, okay.
We got lined up the stairwell. Up
Yeah.
to the
Both
top
of these
floor
were
of
for
the-
her single release, of
Oh,
course.
right.
So,
For-
we
for-
bought a
for her last
we
single.
got tickets for these things.
Well, that one was just a handshake, and that time I actually got to speak. I actually said what I wanted to say the day before.
Did she
Oh.
remember? Did she remember you?
I have no idea. I would have been too
man.
embarrassed if she just said, "Oh, you were the one who just
Stood there.
yesterday."
Just stood
That would
there.
have been so awesome, though.
Well, yeah, true, but
Was it also a
Yes.
long handshake, by the way?
Yeah, it was.
about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Wasn't she wearing the same thing as well?
No, she was wearing normal clothes for this one,
Oh.
not the single outfit.
That's probably why I could speak for them.
Normal clothes, as in her own clothes.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Wow.
Was not any single outfit or anything.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just
Um,
sort of nice nicely dressed.
Casual.
Yeah.
Same thing is for the handshakes for the photo book releases. The girls are wearing
okay.
normal clothes for those
Okay.
two. Since we didn't mention it before. So yeah, all the hello ones and Maimi's one, they were all in
Casual
normal
outfits.
clothes. Yeah, casual clothes.
Okay, that's
Looking really pretty.
they're pretty people.
Yes, they are.
Mhm. Do you want to mention how you also went to Mano Erina's Christmas fan club event?
You can do that now if you want to carry on talking about
Sure.
Mano, yeah.
Sure. So we can end the show with all berries.
And up girls.
All right.
Yeah. We and cute as well. You missed the Cute Land 7 thing there, yeah. The
Right.
last few days
Lots
were
of stuff.
crazy.
Yes, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Let's go to Up Girls Roppongi for now.
Right, and this was on the 15th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the day after.
Their second big live will probably be a DVD, I guess.
Well, the first live's come out now.
Oh,
so-
this was their second full concert of their on their own
Yeah.
for Up
Yeah.
Girls.
Second full-length big concert, I guess. They just call it the second live, as there will be a third live soon, and the first live just came out on DVD.
Nice.
The evening one. No, in the afternoon one. Sorry, they it was a long event because they got the director of Tower Records, I think it is.
Yeah,
who's
and
Oh, the
headlined that.
CEO.
CEO, yeah.
Yeah.
two Tower Records people, the CEO and some other guy wearing a Moretti shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can actually see them both on the first live DVD.
I think the other guy, the Moretti shirt guy, he's the manager of the
store.
Shinjuku Tower Records
Yeah.
store.
Anyways.
Yeah, and and they basically then announced the sales for the single, and they were number 1 in the indie charts. So they got the number 1 position, which they were really happy about.
They
And then
announced that back in Shibuya Tower Records.
Oh right,
for
okay.
these events, actually.
Well, they announced the upcoming album.
Yeah. The single, upcoming album, and the new live. So it was a very long announcement.
Yeah, which took a long
So
time.
it's just a lot of announcements, basically. How
Yeah.
was the concert itself, though?
Really good.
This one had seats,
Oh.
unlike the earlier one we went to, and the seats here were very tight together. You did only get numbers for this one too. You didn't get assigned seats on the tickets, so I mean, if there were seats available, you could just go grab them when you got in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we did, which we did regret though, because they were really, really close together, so there was no space to move at all.
Oh, wow.
No space to jump, which with Up Girls is terrible.
Yeah.
You need to jump.
You do need to
Yeah.
jump for Up Girls, yeah.
So yeah, for the second concerts we went to one of the standing areas. It's a
Oh,
bit
okay.
further back, but
Got better
got the
view as
space
well.
to move. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get to choose.
yeah.
How
Yeah, it was.
how's the show though? Not your experience just in the seats, not just that. How were the
They
performances?
perform well. They perform very
Yeah.
well together.
They are
Very
really
tight
good.
in their dancing.
Another thing different with Up Girls and the bigger fellow project acts is that they're always all of them on stage.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
bigger
with the
groups have solos and just songs with parts of the group, but Up Girls are always all 7 performing.
So they don't have time for say let half of them take breaks or
Yeah,
anything.
they go all out for 2 hours.
Non-stop. Do they do
amazing.
any outfit changes?
No.
Yeah,
They
had
might have
one.
took their... Well, they took
They
their...
took their clothes off ones.
Yes.
They took their clothes off? Would you like to
Well,
clarify?
Yeah,
they were
please.
wearing something else underneath, sadly.
Oh man, that's not how it works.
But yeah, they just have a plain stage. They don't have the monitors and stairs and stuff the bigger groups have. They just have
Also, it's
one big
not as
flat
elaborate
stage.
as those bigger
Yeah,
shows
you
that
can
you
tell they have a
expect.
lower budget for these concerts.
Or a budget at all.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, they're still very awesome.
Right, so something I wonder with Above Girls, how's the sound quality for a concert for Above Girls? Because normally on YouTube or anywhere, it's like pretty bad sound quality. Could
They
be
have
obviously the camera, but
Right.
Smaller
I know what
halls,
you're getting at.
so the acoustic is different, I guess. But
Yeah.
the sound quality live is not bad. It's actually a production thing of the DVD. I mean, attending them live is not much of a quality difference. It's just that they're mastered differently.
They
Right.
sound fine. And the thing is also, because with Up Girls, again, it's about interacting a lot with the the moves are very tight. If the fans are kind of tightly scripted, if you know what I mean. Everybody does exactly the same thing all the time. In Hello, Cute and Morning Musume, they do to an extent, but it seems that a lot of the fans go out of their way to do exactly the same moves. And even with points where they'll all get down on the floor at the same time when during I've forgotten the name of the song now.
Well, let's just say one of the songs they do that.
Yeah, one of the songs. They're really,
They get
really
down
good
on the
one.
floor.
Yeah, they get down on the floor.
Rock.
When the girls
Upper rock.
no, it's not
No.
upper rock.
Wait,
Yudachi.
It's uppercut.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Close.
but when they're supposed to be knackered and they're all down on the floor, all the fans get down on the floor.
With
And they
them.
stay there until their particular idol stands up, because they stand up at different times. So the whole crowd goes down onto the floor, and then, 2 or 3 of them will get up who's a fan of one of the girls, and 3 or 4 of one of the other girls get up when they get up exactly at the same time.
Actually, during their introductions, Karin does a karate kata,
Yeah.
Right.
showing off some of her skills, and also during that, the fans sit down, to let the people in the back
Well,
get a
that's
chance
that's
to
very
see
nice
what's
of them.
going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Knowing that
Yes.
how the venue is more compact and flat in compared to like a major venue where the seats are sloped upward toward the back. It's
Exactly, yeah.
harder
Yeah,
to see for the people in the
just-
back.
Flat
On the lower
ground there,
stage.
so, yeah.
I guess that's pretty nice for the fans to take initiative and do that. Be
Well, they
considerate
do.
of the people in the back.
The Up Girls fans seem to be very considerate to each other.
Are they
And it's-
typically older fans than the older in age, not in how long they've been idols?
There did
fans.
seem to be a lot of older guys there.
Older guys
Not
that
compared
compare
to the cute fans,
Well.
from what I noticed.
Or berries. But I don't know. Well, I mean,
Actually-
cute fans are quite well known for being older, though.
Yeah, I mean, Up Girls fans, they mostly did seem to be, 20s, 30s, maybe,
Okay.
but
Not
like-
going up into the grandpa's age.
yeah.
No.
Cheers.
Just saying, among the Up Girls fans, Oroboras was one of the older ones.
Oh wow.
Yay.
Congratulations.
While at cute concerts, he was more,
Average.
lower half.
Okay. Not to this
younger half.
this closest age here, but you get the idea.
Oroboras is old.
Thanks.
He's one of the oldest members in our Takamario.
Not one of.
He is the oldest.
The
Okay.
oldest.
Yes. But he's still,
And he
he's
gets to hear it a lot.
I do. I'm kind of used to it now. But yeah,
Just so you don't forget.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay. My time is soon, so.
yeah. And I have to be reminded because I've got dementia now. I'm getting that old.
Yes,
Yeah.
but young at
But-
heart.
You're only as old as the woman you feel. He was the last one. He was the last one I felt.
Good one, I guess.
It was probably one of, ninth gen. No. It was one of
If it was 9th gen, it
one of
was.
Cute, actually. I think.
Well,
was it Mano?
regardless, it was one of the
Mano,
idols.
actually.
One of the
Mano,
idols.
so, yeah, you're
you can't.
21.
Yeah. You can't be that old.
No. I know. Yeah. 20 something. But but yeah, the next event we saw was an Up Up Girls one as well. Over
Yeah.
in Yokohama.
Oh, it was the cute one, but since we already covered that,
Yeah. That's why I've.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
So
skipping
this
over.
this was another full concert, or was it something else?
No, it was full concert, just about.
it was
small-
some kind of Christmas thing. But yeah, it ended up being a full concert, although much smaller than the Roppongi one.
So it wasn't advertised as the official live concert. It was just a show that actually happened to run long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a show which they were doing for some radio station, but they
They
didn't seem
did
to
wear-
introduce the radio station at all, really.
Okay.
They
They
just
did
seemed
wear
to come on and do
Christmas hats and do a Christmas song at the beginning,
Yeah.
but yeah, rest was normal Up Up Girls concerts.
Okay,
It
this
was
was
very warm in that hall, by the way.
And it was seated, but there was enough space to jump around.
Yeah.
Which was good because it was our last Up Up Girls concert. And
We
I
had
really
perfect
got-
seats on that one.
Yeah.
Did you actually get to handshake with them afterwards? This one or no?
Yes, we had handshakes on the Roppongi ones too.
Okay.
One for each concert, and then this one you got for buying goods. Just like
yeah, I had,
the first
there's
one we
one
went to.
handshake I have for this one.
We actually had several friends with us here though, so yeah, we ended up with one each. We
Mm.
treated them to
To,
handshakes and stuff.
Yeah, because for our friends, it was both their first Up Up Girls events.
I think it
And they're
was.
both Japanese as well.
We had 3 friends there actually.
Oh.
Oh yeah, true. But one of them is
He's
young.
already
Yeah.
been to.
It was his first Up Up Girls concert though. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
okay.
had 3 friends there, and it was the first Up Up Girls concert for all
All
of them.
Oh wow. So
And we were
so
third
yeah.
row.
Effectively, the two of you made 3 new fans for Up
Yeah.
Up Girls. Oh.
We did the good work.
Yeah. That concert, Up Up Girls had 3 foreign fans, and 2 of them were Morisaki fans.
And annoyingly, the other one, not me, can afford to go back a lot more than I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for me the best Up Up Girls concert of the lot.
Yeah, same here. We had 3rd row tickets on quite far to the right, so I ended up in front of Akarin. It was perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, and by then I'd got down the moves to all the songs as well, so I was able to properly join in by literally the end of the holiday.
Also did had a very intense part in the set list. Remember one of the fans who was about to give up.
Give up?
One of the fans at the front row, during this intense part, there were 4 very intense songs in a row with no break. So after 3 of them, he said it's impossible to go on like this, but they did another one.
Dedication.
Wow.
It's like cute, they do that just before, they'll put 3 or 4 really hard songs together for the fans to jump around to,
Yeah.
and it kills you.
Yeah.
But you still do it.
You still do it anyway.
Yeah. It was exhausting, but very fun.
All
Did
right.
you lose weight?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Could
All
do.
that-
It was
don't
on
really
some sort of food.
Weigh myself, but my family has actually commented about it and said that I do seem to have lost weight, weirdly enough.
Ah, that's good.
Surprising the fact that in Japan you can eat so many kind of different food and you tend to eat more when you're there. But then if you
I mean,
yeah
we did eat a lot, and
Yeah.
often not very healthy food. I mean, we were walking around all day and going to concerts, jumping, and yeah.
It balanced out all the exercise.
It does.
It's pretty good. So, that was your last Up Girl concert for the trip,
Yeah.
and
Sadly.
after that, yeah.
Handshake.
Well, after
number
that, you
10,
still had more.
final and 10th handshake with Upper Girls.
Well, you still had more other events you went to with other
Yes,
idol groups.
of course.
Yes.
So next one was
19th, really.
on 19th. That was with Berryz. And this was for their new single. Well, not new anymore, but new at the time. Want. That was the single.
Yeah.
Yep.
And was this an mall event?
Yes.
Yeah. Venus
Kind
Sport.
of.
Kind of a special mall. But yeah, it is a mall.
This was the same mall that they did the PV for Cha-Cha Sing, wasn't it?
Yes, they did that outside.
Yeah.
But this was
Outside.
indoors, luckily.
The Cha-Cha Sing was in between Venus Fort and Megaweb.
Yeah,
If I remember
For
correctly.
those
because they are right next to each other.
okay.
Yeah, they're right
For
next
those
to each other.
people who doesn't know, that's a place in Tokyo called Odaiba, where there's
yeah.
this mall with a car dealership attached to on the side, and this was where Berryz Kobo did their promotion video for Cha-Cha Sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For people who watch Girls News, several of the events we attended actually showed up in the December show, I guess.
Okay. So you can get a better idea of how the venues are like watching
This
it.
event was one of them.
Okay.
This and Mano at Shibuya Tower Records, both. were
Oh,
on
okay.
that show.
Cool.
So, yeah, you can see on there.
How was this Berryz one then?
Uh,
good.
Odaiba.
First time seeing them perform live.
Oh, instead of just standing there talking, they
Yeah.
actually sang
Yeah.
this time. Okay.
Properly, yeah.
Okay.
They did. Well, Momo screwed it up
Oh.
a couple of times because they came out
Yeah.
with a practice first of all.
During the rehearsal, thing different with Berryz and the other groups we saw release events for, that they actually rehearsed full versions of the entire set list.
so we
So-
could see it twice a day.
Oh, okay. So you
And
gotta
also
see
they-
an extra event.
Yeah. Also, they did not change songs between their mini lives, their events. Had
Still the same
set list
amount?
for all of them.
Yeah, always the same
Yeah.
songs.
So you mean if you go to another event, for the same set of promotion, say on another day, they'll
It's
do the
exactly
same
the
thing.
same song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unlike
Berryz
say,
did the same thing. The other groups did not.
unlike when you mentioned when you went to see Smileage, they make sure two of the songs were always different.
Yeah.
Even Up Girls did different songs as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
okay. Wonder
Yeah.
why they Berryz would be.
I think Barry's getting lazy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, they
Never.
did more rehearsing too, and as Aura mentioned, there were a few screw-ups during the rehearsals. They were actually running into each other and
Oh,
doing
wow.
wrong dances and stuff.
This is why idols graduate when they get to about 23.
It was really surprising to see this from Berryz after seeing how good Cute are, because they really do give a totally different feel when watching them live.
Was this disappointing to any of you?
Oh, well, they sang it well. They sang all their songs well, and there was a good atmosphere. But
Yeah.
for them to have to come out and practice and then do it wrong and then practice again to get it right seemed disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Berryz fan, although Momo is my number one idol. I'm not a big fan of the rest of the group, but yeah, it was still a bit disappointing.
They should be more
All of their
professional than that.
events, actually. Yeah, was expecting more after seeing the rest of Hello Project. Really.
Didn't stop you buying vast amounts of CDs though.
Yeah, I bought
And getting-
5 singles that day.
Just that day, yeah.
Yeah, just, yeah, Momo is my overall number one, and this was the first time I had a chance to see her, so at first we ordered one with a friend, When we appeared there, I bought 2 more. Then after the 3rd handshake, I bought another one, and after that handshake, I bought yet another one. So 5 in total that day.
So even though you weren't very satisfied with how the performance and how the event went, you still paid more than you really had to.
Yeah, I don't
He was
even like the
satisfied to
single,
hold
but
Momo's hand.
yeah, I needed to see Momo after all this time.
So to all those of us who are wondering or worrying how Hollow Project still managed to make money and stay alive, so yeah, you got people like Firren here.
Yeah, I'm not the only one. I mean,
I'm sure you're not the only one, so.
we never mentioned it before, but for the Smileage release events, there were actually Wotas competing to get the last one. So I mean, many of them the last handshake. So it usually ended up being 2 of them going back and forth. I mean,
That was each
30,
event as
40
well.
times probably. Yeah, after all events, they had
Yeah.
like 30, 40 handshakes each, just going back and forth, trying to get the last one.
All
So, yeah.
right. So, well, I guess somebody just too
Well,
very competitive.
Yeah,
Fans.
they may sell 20,000 singles, but it's not 20,000 different people buying the singles.
Oh, I'm sure there. I'm sure
That's
there's
the same for any group, though.
the same for
Yeah.
pretty much all idol groups out
It
there.
is. So the thing is, of course, over there, it's worth buying multiple copies because you get something from it.
Yeah.
Buying multiple copies over here is kind of pointless, really.
Yeah.
Okay, you help them out in the charts slightly, but
As I said, I don't even like the single that much. I only did it to see Momo. And it was worth it, in my opinion.
Well, I guess it's a win-win in your situation, and then for you and for Hollow Project, they sold you enough copies, and you got what you wanted, even though it's not really what they were trying to sell you.
Yeah, there were a couple of Japanese fans who were actually cheering me on as I went back to the single line to buy more of them after the handshakes. It was quite nice.
Well,
Also, the first handshake I had with Momo, another thing different with Berryz is that they were always standing in order of age. Other groups tend to be a bit mixed up, but they made sure to always be in age order, which means Captain is after Momo.
Right.
So, yeah, every time I rush to get to Momo, and then I stall on her as long as possible. And for the first handshake, they were actually pushing me so hard that when I finally let go, I was literally airborne when I came to Captain and landed about a meter past her. So I had to stretch back and shake with one hand. But yeah, I'm quite proud of that.
quite proud of being pushed away from Captain.
Or missing
Yeah,
out.
Yeah,
proud that they had to push that hard to get me to move on.
for pushing so hard that he skipped Captain. How can you be proud of that?
I didn't skip her, I did lead back, and I actually am a bit sad about it. I was planning to dedicate a handshake to her on the Christmas events, but yeah, somehow didn't get any handshakes on the Christmas events.
And when was this Christmas event? That was the last on the 24th one on the list.
Show, yeah.
It was another. We thought it would be another release event for the single, because we bought singles to get the tickets, but it ended up being Christmas themed, and
And a bit
sad
now.
to say it, but this was very disappointing. And also all we got was a poster that I already had bought 2 of earlier.
Yeah.
Instead
No
of the
handshake.
handshake. Yeah,
And it wasn't even
no.
a B2 poster either. It was a little
a
farty
small
poster.
poster that they gave away together with the single
Oh.
earlier, and it was released. So yeah, I had already bought singles to get that poster earlier.
So you say you're disappointed. This was because they didn't announce what was going to be happening during or after the show, or was
No, it
there
was
some
actually-
change up?
How
It
they
was a
did the show.
bad event. Really.
Badly sung, badly organised, badly planned.
Yeah, the girls seemed completely unprepared for it. They did some short Christmas songs solo, and at least half of the girls didn't know the lyrics, and also the songs were they still had the original vocal track. It was not Hello Project songs, it was various different Christmas songs.
Apart from
Yeah.
one, there was Shitari Pitari Christmas,
Oh.
which was Hello Project
Oh,
song.
okay.
Yeah.
And
That's the
some
only one.
Western songs with
Yeah.
the original voice track still on. Yeah, there were
Wow.
several of them.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
pretty
It's like
much just
amateur
lip-syncing.
karaoke night.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Uh,
basically lip syncing to another singer. Some of them.
Wow.
Yes, because they couldn't
Wow.
because they couldn't sing the words because they didn't know them. They hadn't practiced. And
Yeah.
also they did, but as each one came on in their Santa outfits, looking sexy, they did. Or just before they left, they did a solo photo, a posed photo with a instant camera,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
which was then lottery not lotteried off, but drawn off with a ticket stub. So a fan would get that as a present. The
Yeah.
fan with that ticket number. And at the first show, there was about 400 people in each venue, 500 people in each event.
Yeah.
And in the first show, not one of the numbers was above 90 something. And the
Yeah,
second
it
show,
was obviously only the lower, below 100.
who actually got a chance to win. So not only did they get luck getting
Yeah.
in right to the front of the stage,
Yeah.
they also got the chance to win the tickets.
The
But the thing
ticket
is, they didn't-
numbers were random. It had nothing to do
Yeah.
with how early you queued up. They were completely random. So, I mean, people who were already lucky enough to get close to the stage were the only ones who even had a chance to win these pictures too.
But they weren't collecting them immediately either. They were being collected at the end of the event from the way out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like an excuse, well, we need to pass them to the fan.
So just
yeah,
poor organizations.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we got poor numbers every time. And the first two times they were really low numbers. The second time they actually went up to about 200 and something.
Oh wow.
So I've got a feeling maybe people were complaining on 2chan or something.
Yeah.
But
If they
I mean,
cared.
they did several changes. We only went to 2 of the 3 events that day, but they did several changes. I mean, just between those 2, so you could tell it
Yeah.
was poorly organized.
because they did a Christmas song together at the end,
Yeah.
which was
Silent Night.
Silent
in
Night.
English.
I think it was, yeah. And they printed the words out in,
Yeah. The
and
girls
handed
sang
that to the fans.
a
and then
few
with a-
lines each solo
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah, and with a request from Momo that we join in.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So obviously
part-
they realised they couldn't do it.
So Momo asking a bunch of Japanese guys to sing in English.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
but it was painful the first time.
Yeah.
There was just
It
the
was-
music going on in the background and 7 very nervous-looking Japanese girls who just didn't know the words, standing there. wondering what to do. Sorry.
Really
But-
sad to have to experience something like that from, I mean, they've been 10 years in the business and
Yeah.
you get a performance like that. It was very disappointing.
Totally understandable from what you're telling us.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
I
the
guess,
second
yeah.
event they had actually the fans sing the song instead.
What was the outcome better?
Yeah, the song got
Had-
sung.
I think about 3 of the girls was actually singing along too, and the rest were just holding the mics out to the audience.
Well, the two of you being the one of the only foreigners there, did you guys try to lead any of the words?
No.
No.
I did
I
not,
was
but
singing
we
that
did
song.
not need the lyric sheets at least. So
Did you try
Don't do
to?
Christmas.
Did you try to try to at least help out with how
I
the
did.
situation was?
a bit, yeah.
I'm small enough to hide in the crowd. I didn't need to.
We weren't the only foreigners there, actually.
No.
At least 2 more.
Yeah, there was the French guy, who we don't know.
Oh, you know he's French, but you don't know
French
him.
guy was
Yeah,
always
I know he's
in
French.
front of us
Yeah,
everywhere.
who always gets better seats than us. I mean, at the Berryz event, at the temporary event, he was in second row.
Oh wow.
We were
Yeah.
at the back.
Oh.
Every time I saw him last year, he
Mhm.
was in front of me somewhere. At handshake events he appeared at, he was always in front of. It's just like, and at concerts, he was always at least one row in front of us all the time. So
Well,
it's
whatever he's doing, you're not doing.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
being French.
Being French.
Not
Yeah.
that being French is a bad thing, but it's just annoying. He lives there, I think. He
Oh,
seems to know
okay.
off locals.
Okay.
Either way, that was a pair of disappointing events. Sadly,
Yeah.
did not get
a
a
shame.
very good impression of Berryz this trip.
Okay.
No, it is a shame Berryz were disappointing. I mean, last year when they did Berikyu, they were brilliant. This year they were a bit.
So you
Not
also
so-
went to other Christmas event this time around.
We did.
Was the cute one also a Christmas event?
Yes.
And
That
there was
fine.
a Mano one
Q1
as
was
well.
both fan club events.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was that one compared to?
Cutie Land 7 was brilliant. We got there late for the first cute event.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
always
had
showing up
poor
late.
s- Yeah, we had poor seats for all of
did
those.
we have a
events.
reason for that? Oh
Yeah, the
Ikebukuro.
train didn't stop at the station.
What?
What?
We just missed the train at Yokohama.
Uh-huh.
We literally just missed it. It pulled out as we walked down into the platform, and
Yeah.
then the next two trains didn't stop at the next station.
Oh, those
Because
must
it was
were
a limited.
yeah, the
so-
express trains that doesn't
Yeah,
stop
so
at
we-
all the stations.
We had, I think it was 15 or 20-minute wait at the station.
Oh, that's
Had
very
we
bad
known,
luck.
We could have walked to the place before then.
Yeah. Also, there was someone who wanted to go back to the apartment and get his binoculars.
Oh yes, and I went back to get them and went into the apartment, nipped to the loo, walked out, and it wasn't until I got to Yokohama that I remembered I hadn't even picked up my binoculars.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the important
Yeah.
thing is you still got there.
Yeah. Also,
And we
we were
bought
lucky
tickets.
enough to get on-day tickets for the third
Yeah.
event. We only had tickets for one of them when we got there, but after that one, we lined up and actually managed to get 2 of the 4 last tickets for the
Yes, it was lucky.
last show.
How was this one compared to the Berryz ones?
Brilliant.
Being both Christmas
Well,
events.
This was a proper event. I mean,
Yeah,
real
proper fan club
venue,
event.
uh, comedian MCs, and also we had some of the Eggs perform.
Is it Goro? Is his name? The
Oh,
MC?
you had Goro. Okay,
Yeah, and another guy,
his partner.
his partner. Yeah,
Yes, who nobody
the
knows the
MC.
names to.
no, but yeah, they were doing the MCing for
Uh-huh.
like they do with a lot of the fan club events.
Yeah.
So of course there was some songs and there was comedy sketches which we
Yeah.
didn't get. And
Oh.
We had some games and a sketch at first, and then ended with a mini live, and then
Were these
Handshake.
involving cute though?
yes,
Okay,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
wasn't just like that opening act for the comedians.
no, they were interacting with the girls doing
Okay.
doing the show, basically.
also for these events there were 4 eggs who did "All I Want for Christmas" in English,
Oh wow.
Yes.
doing opening song. It was Sayube, Karin,
In-
Rie, and another one. And
Two of them we
they-
remember because they're great. One of them we remember because she looks like a troll. And the other one we can't remember who it is.
So we won't mention who's who.
no.
Leave your guessing on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you think you know the answers, email them to sanrio@tekamario.net and he'll wonder why he's getting letters with names of random eggs in it.
Um,
Wait,
How did they do the song though? Was it properly sang?
Really good, but their pronunciation sucks.
That's
Yeah,
to
of
be
course,
expected,
but-
I guess.
I mean, their singing was amazingly good, much
Yeah.
better than expected.
Well, apart from Karin and Sobi. And the other one. I think
Really
it wasn't
Strong
amateur,
voices could
was it?
control everything. It was very good performance. Would be great to see them debut as a real group, actually.
Hopefully they do something with the eggs this year.
Yes. they
Yeah,
are.
it's about time when they have girls like that as trainees. I mean, they do better than many of the
The newer members
yeah.
Mm.
of Hollow Project.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been training long enough.
Well,
Mhm.
exactly. The Mano event was they had Goro again. I
Oh,
think.
oh,
During the MC.
was it at the same
Yeah.
Well, didn't it?
same
Yeah, 'cause
location?
they were both at Yokohama Blitz.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She did slightly. Well, she did very different show. They had
Yeah.
because they've got Andy's friend, and they were doing the They had his friend doing this painting of Mano through the entire show.
Friend?
Yeah, you know Goro's partner.
Oh, the guy.
Yeah, doing
The guy.
Yeah. He was there with an easel in front of him, facing
Right.
away. He was facing the crowd, kind of thing, and the easel was facing away, so you couldn't see what he was drawing.
Oh, okay.
And he was doing a drawing of Mano,
Oh, wow.
and that was the thing. And of course, at the end of the show, he showed the picture, and of course, because he was behind Mano, he'd drawn a picture of Mano from behind.
GG.
Really well done, actually, as well. Would have been a
Yeah.
nice picture on your wall.
Either way, she
Of Mano
signed
from
that
behind.
picture and had a lottery for one of the fans to get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We did not win.
Oh, sadly.
It's the same way that they had a lottery thing for the cute one as well.
Oh, wow.
So-
Yeah, for one of them, Maimi did some drawing of some kind.
She did some
Hagio.
calligraphy. She did some calligraphy. She wrote something nicely,
Oh, wow. Nice.
and that was lotteried off to somebody. Well, to somebody again, not us.
Yeah, not us. We didn't get anything.
No.
We never mentioned that, but at the cute concerts they also threw their towels out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We were close a few times, but didn't get any of
Not
those,
close enough.
those either.
Not aggressive enough.
No, oh, well, trouble is the girls aren't aggressive enough at throwing them.
Oh.
They
Yeah.
throw
They
girls.
they throw like girls. Yeah.
Even Maimi?
Even Miami.
My miss
Throw-
actually landed at the person in front of me once. That was the closest we ever got, but
Yeah.
he was
But it's
in
not-
front of me and he jumped higher, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even
I mean,
with your
that-
height advantage.
Yeah. Apart
Yeah.
from
Japanese
one
people are really good at jumping.
Okay.
everything we did. The only thing we've missed out was the 9th General Hello photo book handshake.
During
That's the only other event that we haven't covered. It's a
Okay.
ridiculous amount of things that we've done.
Yeah.
Well, and there was one more with the last event of your trip.
Oh, of course, yeah. I forgot about that. Well, they kind of roll in together, don't they? Really.
Both with Morning Musume.
Both mine was
Yeah.
our fine one was my visits.
And Handshake was in Shinjuku again.
Mhm.
Failed to have noted that down. Same place we met other members of the group earlier.
So this was your first first chance to meet Suki and Riho.
Yeah.
Zuki and Riho, yeah. And that was the one that Aeropon looked at my wrist and didn't see her her wristband.
Yeah.
Because I'd forgotten it. That was all. I did
And
comment
also
on
this,
You disappointed her.
Yeah.
we really noticed her loudness at this event.
Yeah, more than the other one.
She overpowered all the other three.
Yeah.
It was a good handshake, and the photo looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Get it? Buy it?
Got it.
Okay. and to round it off, your last event was one of the better ones.
Our last event was the first one that we organised. We organised it in
Funny
October.
enough.
And this was a chance to get a picture taken with members of Morning Musume.
It was. We both chose. Well, we only got We got a chance to take photos with half of Morning Musume.
Right.
Yeah.
It was split
And
into
they
2
were-
units.
They were split differently on different days.
And you didn't get to choose. It was
No,
random.
well, you chose which one you went to,
Yeah.
and you got to
So,
choose
yeah,
which team.
We did
Oh, okay.
choose. So yeah.
Oh,
this
okay, you
was
get a choice. Okay.
the best way they could have done it for us, pretty
Yes.
much.
Okay. And how did it go down?
Great. Firren chose Team Old, and I chose Team Lolly, apparently. They were the official titles as well of the group. No, yeah, I plumped for the one with Erapon in it, and I got Riho, Marchan, which is great as well, and Kudu, which is brilliant, and I ended up with Zuki in the mix to round it off, literally.
Did she cover the whole picture?
No, they put her in the back.
Oh, okay, then it's good.
Her and Kudu were at the back, and I was sitting next to Erapon and Riho, and Marchan was in the back as well.
Was you able to do a pose?
Yes, we got to
Yeah.
choose the pose we wanted them to do.
What did you do?
Season. I did a heart pose.
Nice.
I think it was. In fact, I'm certain it was.
You did, or you had
Yeah,
all
I
of
asked
them?
them to do
too.
a heart. Yeah, you do the pose as well. If
Right,
you
what
want,
did,
or you can do a different pose. It's entirely up to you.
They ask you for a pose before you go in. Staff member asks you.
Yeah.
And then,
What about you, Firren?
yeah, I had the older half of the group. Team old. Ayumi, Mizuki, Haruna, Reina, Saimi.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The better
Got
one,
in.
actually.
yeah,
Well,
of course it was. That's why I chose it.
Yeah, you're a
So,
smart
yeah.
guy.
Got to sit between Sayu and Fuku-chan, the front row.
Oh wow.
I actually had them do my initials, but since they didn't really understand, I had to sit there and explain to them for a while before the picture.
You stalled.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
stalled
stalled
while
the
you
photo shoot.
you stalled the photo shoot. That's
Yeah, it was
incredible.
really nice actually.
But did it work out? Did they actually do it?
Yeah, they did. Sure, they
Cool.
didn't understand what they were doing exactly, but
They did
they
it
do
anyways.
As long as it worked, it's all good.
it's just a shame
Yeah.
that you can't see Reina on your picture.
Yeah, I mean,
Virtually.
Reina ended up behind me, so she's basically leaning out. You can see half of her.
It's the
Oh.
total eclipse of the Reina.
Yeah, it was a nice finish to our events. Still, got a nice little memory.
Little
Yeah,
being
cool.
the operative word because it's a tiny photograph.
So okay, so to sum up your trip, let me ask Firren first. It was your first time in Japan, and it was also your first time meeting idols in person and seeing them in concerts live. How'd you find this first trip to Japan?
I found it very awesome, really. I mean, it was very confusing at first with all the language and all the new things. It's a very different city compared to my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, overall, great. Very much fun.
Do
Hard
you
at first, but as long as
Yeah.
when you get into it more, it's just great.
do you have any hints or pointers you want to give to our listeners who had never been to, now that you've experienced Japan for over 6 weeks?
Make sure you have friends.
To
I mean,
to go with.
Yeah, I mean, I went there with Oroboras, who has a really good sense of direction, by the way. He helped me
He's
around
got
a lot. And,
experience, so.
yeah. Also, he's a bus driver.
Get it, Bob.
Does that help?
Well,
Apparently so.
Yeah, I had both him and friends, yeah, like Turbos86 to help with Japanese, along with other people who we met in Japan to help us arrange these events and things.
All right.
So yeah, make sure you know someone. I guess that's a kind of hard to follow tip, but
It makes it more enjoyable if you can go to events and travel around with other people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess
I
if you don't know anyone yet who are also of idol fans, I guess you would be better to be more open-minded and try to meet
Equivalent?
or yeah, well, not well, since like we mentioned during the show how at concerts and events the Japanese people are very friendly, especially when they see that you are a foreigner coming
Yeah.
all the way here to Japan to attend these kind of shows. They're not shy to interact with you. I guess it's like Oroboros mentioned earlier in the show that he actually made a few Facebook friends from meeting some of these people. So I guess sounds like it's not a bad idea to, even if you're going alone, to try to meet people there.
Yeah, if you are going alone, I guess it would be a good idea to actually ask people if you need help, because they are really nice and helpful and often go out of their way to help you. So, but yeah.
Overall, so that's pretty good. How okay? Let me ask Ouroboros now. This was your third trip to Japan for mainly for idols.
Yeah, only really for idols.
Yeah.
I did the sightseeing first year, and now I just go back for my addiction
To get your fix.
to get
Yeah.
my fix. That's exactly the way it is.
Was there anything this time that stood out for you, or that you
Me.
would have well other than Firren,
It stood in
that,
the way of me.
yeah, that maybe you wanted to do differently or want to try next time when you go back?
Right. Well, one thing I would say is, it took me 3 times to go before I actually went to see the group I wanted to see.
And
If
this
you're
was
planning on going,
yeah.
go for the group you want to see first. Really do. You won't be disappointed. I mean,
Time your trip well.
time it well. Yeah. Plan
We
well
have-
in advance. Wait.
Yeah, we didn't really plan it, but as you can see, we ended up during a release spree and got lots of extra
Yeah.
cheap events because of that.
So you just got lucky, basically.
Yeah. And another good tip is, decide how much money you're going to take, double it, and then times it by 10. Just be getting to the amount of money you'll really need, and be prepared to bring back more than one suitcase. And I went with, I mean, this is the third time I always says I'm not going to bring as much merch back. You know, I'm over buying the merch now. I'm more into the music and meeting them. Yeah, except I came back this time with 2 suitcases. First time ever I've done that. I had to
You
buy
also
the
bought a
suitcase.
laptop bag, so you
Bought
could
a
fill
laptop
your
bag to shove the
regular
laptop
bag with
into.
more stuff.
Yeah. So, yeah, as much as people say they're going off buying the goods,
Hmm.
once you see them there gleaming on the shelves, it's like, oh, I must buy this, and I must buy this, and I must buy this.
Basically,
yeah.
bring money, be over prepared.
Bring money, be over prepared, or don't come for as long, because it's a very, very horribly expensive thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a long trip, but never once wanted to go home.
And the scary thing is, I don't even have a lot of money. I really don't. I'm on about a third of the national. No, sorry, I'm on about half the minimum wage, half the average wage of the country.
Right.
I'm a low-paid job. I work a ludicrous amount of hours to go here.
Mhm.
60, 50, 60, maybe even 70 hours a week, every week for a year. You can do it. If you are devoted enough and you're still in a low-paid job, you can still do it.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
give
not
up hope.
luck like some people seem to
No,
believe.
a lot of people do go, oh, you're lucky going there. It's like, no, I work my ass off. I
So
have to bolt it on now.
it's
It's
pretty
so
much
fun.
all goes down to how dedicated
Yeah,
and
it is
how much you
devotion.
want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I went for 3.5 weeks, I think it was, the first time.
Hmm.
The second time I went, I moved out of my house, moved into a flat, got rid of my car, got rid of my motorbike, and the money I saved was what I used to go on holiday with. Now I'm moving out of the flat and moving into a house with somebody else to save even more money so I can go back again next year.
Yeah.
So It's all about the devotion. You
Oh,
won't be disappointed.
Yes, you heard it here first.
But
It is worth it.
yeah, but one thing above all else, if and when you do go, respect the locals and respect the ways they are. Don't expect that they'll to do things the way you think it should be done, because you'll be wrong every time.
Don't be American.
No, you can be American, just don't act it.
Yeah, okay. Don't act American.
If you can't speak the language, don't worry too much. It's point and prod works quite well with most things.
Yeah.
You can get around
is.
quite.
It is tough, but I mean, in Tokyo, many signs are actually in English, so it still works. Many restaurants do have English menus.
Yeah.
So
Two
you can get by, but
two very, very quick things.
Yeah.
One, rent a Wi-Fi, a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, you taught me that last year when you went, and it's been saved my ass so many times. Thank you very much for that, Turbo.
No problem.
And second and above all, respect Tokyo.
no one will get that, you know.
Huh? What?
Not yet.
No?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Respect Tokyo. It's the title of the upcoming Up Up Girls song
Oh, is it?
Yeah, let's promote.
called Respect. As in respect Tokyo, but with one T instead of the two words. It's put together.
Oh, okay.
Respect Tokyo. And when they shout Respect Tokyo, you need to jump up in the shape of Tokyo Tower. Or with a bit of flexible.
Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind, yep.
And go and watch Up Up Girls. You might not know much by them. Go and watch them.
Yeah.
Support them. They're brilliant.
So let's wrap it up here. You guys have anything else you want to add before we end the show?
Not really.
Don't think so.
Think
Thank
we
you very much for listening.
if to our listeners who are still listening, we're almost at the 3-hour mark.
Well done.
Well done.
I'm surprised
Thanks
I managed
for
to have it this
yeah,
short.
Go make
actually.
yourself a cup of tea and
thank you for
congratulate yourself.
keeping with us for so long.
It was amazing
Berryz
how
didn't
many
think we
little
would
messages
be able to
going,
fill a show.
how many messages going back and forth going, we need to compact this a bit. This could easily have been a 5-hour show.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
sure. Let's
so-
do a part 2 next week.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm sick next week.
I'm washing my hair.
yeah. We'll be bringing you more Hatena contents later on. So for now, this was our 2013 Hatena special. We're featuring Firren Oroboras trip experience adventure in Japan. So for all of us here, this was Oroboras, Firren, a special
Yeah.
commentator Bex, and special guest Dran, and I,
Sounds good.
Turbos86, signing off.
Your MC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Turbos.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.